and welcome back for our next episode of Aliit by Beskar. I am excited for this one because it's going to be epic combat scenes in space and on spaceships and other places. It's going to be really cool. Before we jump in, though, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and their characters, and I'm going to take a quick moment here to talk about sponsors as well. Let me get the links for that into chat. So Sponsors is Fundamental RPG. It's a D20 system that can run everything from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. The book looks like this. You can pick up your own copy on Amazon if you want the physical book, or if you prefer the PDF, you can pick that up at coffee.com/raven/shop. Like it says at the bottom of the screen, you can just add /shop to the end of that to go to the store directly, or you can look at my coffee page as well. There's a lot of other cool stuff on there, including Intrepid, which is another sponsor, which is adventuring gear for real life. It is apparel and drinkware and accessories and other cool stuff with a tabletop theme to them. There's some Pride items on there as well this month, and I'm hoping to get the time to add more to that into the store in the next few days. But very cool stuff. Go check that out. And then finally, Die Hard Dice, which are incredible dice. They sell polymer and metal dice and a whole bunch of different kinds of accessories and things like that on their website. They sent me this really pretty Spellbinder Fey Queen set, which are my favorite dice out of all of my dice, which is saying something. Coincidentally, it's also the dice I'm going to be using to roll for the bad guys tonight. You can pick up your own set at dieharddice.com, and if you use the code BlackFeatherJune, all one word, capital B, capital J, you can get 10% off your order. And then finally, if you want to catch up on this show or others that we have on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.fantasy.network. And all that out of the way, we'll start with the top left with V. Tell us a little bit about Anaka and yourself.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, or V. I am a traditional artist. Primarily, I work in watercolor and pencil sketch, as well as digital art. And if you'd like to take a look at any of my stuff, you can certainly do so. I have an art Twitter, which is at PepperoDraws, and that's Pepper like the candy. The spelling is there under my name card. I post mainly original characters. There's some anime stuff every now and then, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, all that good stuff, if you're interested in that sort of thing. And then more recently, reviving some old original characters that I've been using more recently, so that's been super fun. But I play Anaka. She is a Dark Force-using Togruta who is on a mission, but she's not really told anybody else what that mission is yet. So she's just along for the ride right now. She kind of got the name, I guess, of being the brooding teenager of the group who wears all black despite being one of the elder members of the crew. And perhaps she's not truly like that, but sometimes when people put an image to you, it's a little easier to adopt that image than to set them straight. And it works for her for now, so maybe a little more of her personality will show through as time goes on, and it already has. So it's been interesting to watch, but we'll get there eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah. Awesome. And then normally next we'd have Nikki playing Ilsa. There's some weather concerns and power outages in her area, so hopefully we'll get her in later, depending on how the weather goes. But in the meantime, go check out her Twitter at NickCool, like it says on the screen, because she's pretty awesome. Next, Hope, tell us a little bit about Merrick's and yourself.
Merrick's joined the crew, sort of. Merrick's is technically on the ship with the crew, and Zale, one of the other Mandos who has gone on this mission with them to reclaim the ship. This larger ship as a base for the Mandos. They haven't done or said a lot, you know? They've been nice enough, but kind of distant. They look like Caravaggio's David in David and Goliath. I think the second one, because there's two, but the one that used the same model as from Narcissus. So they're very pretty in a kind of androgynous way. So Maris is just jumping along the top of this carrier with a bunch of bandos and Jai, and you know, we're doing a job. We're here to do a thing.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Oh yeah, sorry. I exist as well, I guess. You can find me at HopeTracy71 on Twitter. On Monday nights for the next 3 weeks, on Lady Saito's channel for a very short campaign. It's underwater. I'll be playing a squid person, warlock, because I'm just playing warlocks right now. That's just how it is. And questionable alignment as always. This is how I play. And then on Saturdays on this channel for Necrobiotic, where I play Teddy, who's just a mountain of kind of grumpiness,
Yeah.
gets the job done.
Very, very terse. Teddy's great. Awesome, and yes, I approve. The rare occasions where I end up playing 5e, it's 9 times out of 10 going to be a warlock. They're just
it's bonus interaction. Like
yeah.
the DM has to give you an NPC, and you get to do
It's
weird
true.
things and be like, I'm supposed to do this.
It's true. It's great. But yeah, speaking of Jai, a moment ago, Matt, tell us a little bit about Jai and yourself.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a content creator of various stripes. I make lightsabers now. That's the thing. I play Jai. Jai is Sweet Summer Child. He's the son of a clone commando, and grew up Mandalorian, very Mandalorian. And is having to grow up more and hates it. It's a process and it's not pleasant. But I think he's grown into it pretty well. And he's pretty stoked to be taking a spacewalk with all the rest of the Vode. And it's going to be real good. We're going to punch some rocket troopers in their stupid faces. I have a plethora of destiny points just laying around. And I haven't done something stupid in this whole season yet. So Jai's overdue.
That makes sense, yeah. That tracks. Last but not least, Par, tell us a little bit about Grakus and yourself.
Hey there, I'm Par. You usually see my face at this point, but due to certain issues, you'll be hearing just my lovely voice tonight, playing Grakus, the Sith Ewok, as was prophesized in season 1. Fun times, and for his first combat, so you'll get to see what fun things I get to use on him.
I am excited for that.
Well, will we see, because Greycuss wandered off.
Okay. Not like we split up or anything.
Yeah. I mean, splitting the party is always a great idea. I'm here for it. But yes, the audience at least and us players will get to see what Grakus does. I'm very excited about that. All right. I guess that just leaves myself. So I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the various things that I do. My link tree is there in chat, or if you can't see chat, if you're watching this later on the Fantasy Network, it's linktr.ee/theraven, like it says below my face, which coincidentally is also my Twitter. And then, yeah, I play everybody else in the galaxy, including on the ship currently, Kieran, who is or Kieran Lal, who's a former Jedi, now is sort of going like the Ahsoka route of just like, screw all the Force using traditions, I'm just gonna do my own thing. And then also Zale Vex, who is a mountain of a man inside Mando armor, and doesn't say a lot, but likes to fight, and very much the big burly I like to fight and I don't say a lot but I'm kind of funny trope. He's fun. And I think those. Oh, and Locke, our droid. I was like, those are the only like humanoid NPCs, but also droids. Yeah. Locke, who is Droidica, who's not had a system wipe in a very long time, and has developed a lot of interesting personality quirks and really likes to kill things. So yeah, I believe that's all of our shipmates who have speaking roles that I play. All right, so as I mentioned before, last session when we ended off, we had a pretty awesome space battle with two little light cruisers and a bunch of TIE fighters, and Ilsa did this epic what are they called? Proton torpedoes. I started to say photon. I'm like, no, that's Star Trek. Proton torpedo move and split one of them in half. Like the light cruiser, giant ship relative to a TIE fighter. Was very cool. So won the space battle, and now our crew is trying to take this Venator class Star Destroyer. Is that the right one? I always get the class names mixed up. But yeah, the one Venator, the one from Clone Wars. This one has been refurbished. They're refitting it, and we've been told that the weapons are not operational, really, all that much, which checked out in the space fight. But the engines are working, and we do know that there are some people on it getting it ready. We've got Jai and Merrick's and our other Mandos, our Mando NPCs on top of the Star Destroyer, sort of walking up from the tip up to where the bridge is. That's their destination. Inside, we've got Ilsa and Graykus infiltrating, sneaking through, making their way. I know Ilsa's going towards the bridge. I don't think we ever established where Graykus is headed, but Graykus is definitely helping with, moving through the ship and trying to find things to help take it over. And then we've got Anaka and Kieran, who have walked into a giant room, like a cargo bay type size room, full of stormtroopers with their lightsabers lit. And that sort of like started going into slow motion with the slow walk into there holding the lightsabers. And that's where we ended off last session. So, I can't pick which group to start with, so I'm going to roll a d4 to see which group we start looking at first. Alright, 1, so that's going to be our Mandos. So, on the outside of the Star Destroyer, Jai and Merrick's. You've got a handful of Mandos alongside you, including Zale, and are you like magnetic boot walking across the surface, or are you just jetpacking the whole way?
Locke was having a hard time keeping up.
Oh, that's right, Locke is out there.
So were we walking, John?
I think cinematically we had been jetpacking, but probably walking's maybe the best until we get a little bit more like in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we can always jetpack up to meet them.
And we're facing down rocket troopers, right?
I can't remember if I mentioned that last time or not, but yes, definitely.
Yes, it was like the ending, like
The
narrative
teaser bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you are definitely facing space troopers, and they are coming out of hatches closer to the bridge of the Star Destroyer.
Those poor bastards.
And there are 3 squads of them.
I think it's a squad.
I didn't set a definitive number of them, but like there's probably like 5
However
or 6
many
each squad.
It seems like should be a challenge for us if we're doing like too well.
Yeah, there might magically be 4
Yeah.
one turn and then 22 the next. It's all fine.
No, that's fine.
There should be about 5 or 6 in a squad. I'm basically doing the use the one person's stats, but give them extra attacks and a bunch more hit points.
Mhm.
I just took a NPC and made it a squad NPC essentially. So probably about 5 or 6. There's about that much HP's worth. And the more damage you do to it, the more attacks will start to drop off as they start literally kicking the bucket.
Well, we're very
there's-
confident that this will go very smoothly. So
Everything is fine.
That's good. Keep that confidence alive. But yeah, there's about 5 or 6 per squad, and there are 3 of them. Your fellow Mandos can take 1 on their own, which leaves just like 1 for Jai and 1 for Merrick's, essentially mechanics wise.
Groovy.
So I need a initiative roll from Jai and from Merrick's.
Woohoo! 29.
I need to get to that screen. There we go.
Roll 20 the dragon.
21, nice. All right, so it's gonna go squad 1. I rolled for all the NPCs initiatives before we started to save some time. Squad 1, then Jai. My pen stopped working. There we go. Then Jai, then Merrick's, and then squad 3, and then squad 5, or squad 2 rather, will go 5th, and that's the one that will interact with our Mando NPCs. So, squad 1, let me pull up their character sheet here. They're going to start shooting at you all.
That's very rude.
You're going to start shooting at Merrick's.
No, we
for
were
this
coming over
one.
for coffee. What's up?
I think their coffee's a little spicy.
Your armor's a ripoff of ours, you jerks.
I know, right? Good news is they're just using blasters, albeit heavy blasters, but still.
Heavy, a lot of them. It's whatever.
It's fine. All right, so I'm gonna roll for their attack, which is 18 versus your reflex defense.
Both of ours? Are you asking both?
Merrick's. They're that squad.
Oh,
Just
yes, my
focusing on
reflex
you.
defense. My reflex defense is 22.
22. All right, so they miss. Then next is Jai.
Cool. Same attack roll, or?
No, it's your turn next.
Oh, it's my turn next. Oh boy. How far away from them are they? How far away are we?
You're like 2/3 the Star Destroyer length away.
Oh, we're a minute away. Okay.
Yeah. You're like at the edge of blaster range, essentially.
Oh, so they're like long distance away from us then?
Yes.
Okay. How heavy is Locke? Like, not, just for no real reason, but how heavy is Locke?
I love that. Give me 1 second. I can tell you exactly how heavy Locke is.
Oh no.
Come on. I have too many tabs open.
I know that feeling.
I believe this is the one. I believe Locke is the Mark II. That looks... No, I don't think he's the Mark II. I think he's the Mark I. Where is that? Here it is. Yeah, that's the one. Wait. There's the cost. Does it not say how much it weighs?
Cost, he's priceless.
Very heavy. I can say that much. I thought for sure it had the weight of all the droids on here, but I'm not seeing it.
Okay,
pretty
so
darn heavy, heavier than
pretty
you.
darn heavy.
Put it that way.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's gonna nix that plan.
Not like a ton, but why?
I was just thinking up some things we might be able to do to get him more into the fray, so to speak. So Merrick's is like tactical person, yes?
Yes.
All right, cool. Did I guess realistically, I'm gonna kind of leave like any battlefield directing to them.
I mean, if you speak first.
No, Jai's really just gonna kind of just like find like an outcropping, like one of those bumpy bits of the hull near him, and just kind of like kneel there and just very casually like pop one part of the blaster off, pop the sniper on, and just like pop around and just be like, I'm gonna
Anything
get
to avoid getting caught being in charge again, right?
And I'm just gonna be like, I got the squad on the right, and because of how it takes to change my blaster around, that's my move. So that's my turn. Yes.
Also, just as a sort of a note, Locke is heavier than you are in normal gravity, but you are almost weightless.
Space.
So that's not really
then
a factor.
Well, moving that. Oh, never mind. Nope. Not
this
well,
is also
actually.
Star Wars space, and
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing. So John's gonna be like, I got the squad on the right. Hey, Merrick's, if you think any of our brothers here are strong enough, maybe one of them could just like grab our droid friend and jetpack up to the front of the party and drop him off and come home. That might be really exciting for all of us.
Yes, Captain. And Merrick's will point at Zale and be like, "You up to that?"
You're just on the radio, you cheer up. This is gonna be fun.
I do love that you've basically given us a wrecker. I love having a wrecker.
Yeah,
One of
that's
Omega's
great.
four dads.
Yes, we love Rekka.
We love Wrecker in this house, and if Dave Filoni makes him go evil, I will cry.
No, he's just giving him migraines because he needs to go. They need to go back and get Crosshair. That's what's happening.
Good soldiers obey orders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Zale-
Jai's turn.
Okay, but to give you the description of what happens there, Zale does grab Locke, who is in not ball form, but is in like blasters out form, and is already shooting at the rocket trooper squad that's targeting the other ones.
Just
Yes,
generically shooting.
Yeah. Not hitting much at this range yet, but they're having fun. Both of them.
Beautiful.
Okay, so that's Jai's turn. Merrick's your turn.
Yeah, Merrick's releases their magnetic hold on the ship, starts up the old jetpack, and zooms forward, firing the blaster rifle.
All right.
And saying it this way, but not going to be upset if nobody follows.
Okay.
I have a button for that. That's only a 12, but they're very far away, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay. And you're shooting at the squad that was shooting at you?
Sure.
Okay.
Whichever
yeah.
one's closest, honestly.
They're all about the same distance so far. Really, the only one that's more ahead than anybody right now is Zale, because he just punched it.
You know, I think where Merrick's is going with this is shooting at the people who are shooting already, giving the others a chance to run away if they feel so inclined so that we can corner them.
Okay.
But because that is a tactic. They probably
Yeah.
won't run away, but it is a tactic.
Yeah, probably not, but it's worth the try.
Mhm.
Squad 3's turn is next, and they are going to shoot at Jai.
You didn't say cover me.
With a...
I assumed my little whole plate was cover enough. We'll see if I'm right, but
where is that?
admittedly, I also did
Plus
not
that
specifically
number.
say that I was going behind cover in like game terms, which Jai probably wouldn't.
What's your reflex defense?
27.
Oh, nice. Even without cover, you'd be fine.
Groovy.
So yeah,
That's kind of what I figured.
yeah, you're doing all right. That's their turn. I'm gonna roll for Mando's versus other squad and see how everybody's doing. Mandos are winning currently. There's a couple less rocket troopers on that side of the Star Destroyer. That'll bring us back up to the top with Squad 1, who's going to shoot at Merrick's again. They're getting a little bit closer. They're just sort of rocketing forward while shooting, essentially.
We're racing toward each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is that plus... Where'd it go? Yeah, they're going to miss. And then
Just to
Jai,
be clear, Merrick's is not zooming straight ahead because I would like to include my decks in this. But there is something there.
Okay. I figured.
Dodging, weaving, dodging, weaving, dodging, weave.
Feel free to describe how things miss when they don't hit and stuff like that as well.
Oh yeah. How close was it? Like around 20?
No, it was bad.
Merrick's turns their head as the shot goes completely wide and just looks like back at the troop and gives them that helmet like tilt to the side like, really? This is an insult.
Could at least try harder.
All right. Then yeah, Jai, what are you doing?
So Jai's going to aim at the squad on the right and is going to just very calmly, just like, yeah, do this all the day, and just start laying down sniper fire into them from this range. It's going to be great.
Nice.
So, 21 to attack.
It just barely misses.
Oh, I'll use a D6 or an advantage. What do we have now?
We're on advantages now. You've got 2 advantages.
I will use one.
And then,
How's a natural 20 do for you?
I think a nat 20 is gonna work. I think that's gonna
With
gonna be a hit.
58 rolled damage,
Oh, gee.
that's not doubled or anything.
So go ahead and describe how you just completely decimate one of these rocket troopers.
So the Mandos are working on one side, Merrick's is just like zooming up the other side, and Jai, like, he kind of just like steps aside and lets a bolt zing past him, and then just like one-handed just and just drills through one of the guys, and his rocket pad blows up. And then Jai's just like, yeah, feeling good today, friends. Feeling real good today.
Through comms?
Oh yeah,
Absolute great. I love it.
Nice.
Jai's feeling cocky for once. Gonna ride this out.
Over the comms, you hear Locke going, "Good murder, master friend."
Thanks, Locke. Enjoy your fun times when you get up there.
From his end, you just hear "pow, pow, 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 pow" from the blasters. All right, Merrick's your turn next.
Great. How am I close? Like, obviously, I'm closer because we're both flying toward each other.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not point blank range, but you're like 1 out from point blank at this point, which I think is a -2 to attack. I think, if I remember right.
I believe. Okay. I believe you said a -2. Okay. Sorry, the train was going by.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. So this is
they're
the-
one range designation past point blank, which I think is a -2.
Okay. Okay. Great.
That's what I was saying.
So this will be the final blaster shot I think, before we're close enough to like hand to hand, or another round after that.
It'll be another round before you're like hand to hand range.
Okay, so we'll do 2 more shots. So this round will be. I think Merrick's will actually stop and like get upright just for the effect to take this shot, because they want these rocket troopers to know that Merrick's is not desperate in any way, fully confident in their ability to get them out of the way. I say before I roll another 12. 11.
17? Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Would a force point help?
Let me see what their reflexes. No.
Okay. So it went wide. Probably
Yeah,
shot
it's-
too soon after shifting position. A little low. We'll have to fix that ding in the ship later.
It's fine. Little scoring, it'll be fine.
It'll buff out. It'll buff right out.
Yeah. Squad 3, attacking Jai
Good luck.
with a... Where'd it go? So that is... a 30.
Oh, that'll hit.
Okay. I need to grab another die.
Oh, I hate those words. Those are bad
Fine.
words.
I know. So the first shot hits for 17 damage.
Okay.
And the second one, Ooh.
That's bad sounds, Raven. That's bad sounds you're doing there.
I've rolled almost max damage.
Gross.
So that's 32 damage.
I hate all. Can I destiny point that one?
You absolutely can.
I'm gonna destiny point that one because that would hit my
can-
threshold.
You can actually destiny point the attack.
Oh.
So one of it's pros and cons of having them as a squad. They only roll attack once, and then they roll the 2 attacks worth of damage, essentially.
Okay, then I will destiny point that whole attack because that was like I'm at full health and I have a lot of health, but I don't really want my threshold dinged this early
don't
in the
blame
day. So I'm gonna destiny point that whole attack, and I'm gonna just hand wave this as like they hit me all right. It was just Beskar though, so pting 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 pting, and now Jai's like not as cocky, just a little bit mad.
Yeah, it
He's
probably
heating
looks a
up.
lot like that one scene from The Mandalorian when he's on the prison ship and just gets lit up
Yep.
with blaster fire, and is just sort of like at the end, like looking down and then looking up. He's fine.
He
But mad.
somehow conveys like the raised eyebrow thing that I just did through his helmet. I love it.
Yep.
It's so good.
That's basically what happens. Yeah. Coincidentally, I think that's going. You might hear if you're scanning for their radio chatter or anything like that. Somebody might hear. I think we're gonna need the bigger guns.
Oh, someone tell me the bigger gun's last name is Saxon, because I got 3 destiny points today. We'll go. I'll
Saxon's
kill that
not
son of a
here.
bitch.
He's not here.
Aw.
Um,
Just
if-
for future reference, when he shows back up, I will cash in all my destiny points to murder his ass.
I know. And then 5 is the squad that's going after Mandos. Mandos are kicking their butt. Another couple of rocket troopers go down.
This is embarrassing.
That's what I like to see.
Actually, I think this one is Zale and Locke. Just finally get within decent range and just start lighting them up.
Is Zale
And-
doing like the thing that Bucky did with Rocket Raccoon in Endgame, where he just like holds him up and spins around shooting?
Not quite like that, but something similar.
Like, is Zale wielding Locke right now?
He is. It's basically like holding the back shell part, the neck, if you will, holding Locke right there, and then as the rocket troopers are shooting, he's just using Locke's shield to just move around and block the blaster bolts, and then Locke just volleys back with a bunch of blaster shots. So he's kind of using Locke as a shield and a cannon.
That's a great
It's
plan.
pretty great.
I'm very impressed with Zale right now.
It's pretty great. All right, and that's 2 full rounds. So I think now we're gonna hop over to someone else and see what's happening elsewhere on the ship while this battle is raging, and then we'll come back to it in a moment. So Gracchus. Yes, the treatment of your murder son. But Gracchus, what are you doing in the interior of the Star Destroyer?
I think I just got done disabling the what are the Dark Troopers?
Oh yeah, that's right. You had found some particularly critical wires and yanked them out.
There goes my cool Michael moment. But I think I'm also just currently scouring the ship on my way to the bridge, scouring it for other funky surprises that might be here.
Okay. Let me get a perception roll then.
Sure. My perception is it's all right. It's not something to write home about. Never mind. My rolls are just awful.
Oh no.
Natural 1.
Oh. So, with a nat 1, let's see how bad it is. Pretty bad. So with a nat 1, and I rolled low on the d20 to see if it was going to be okay or not. I'm going to say that you're looking around and maybe you're checking room to room for things, or maybe you just stepped out into the hallway at just the wrong moment. But you don't notice. You basically walk into a dark trooper that had been patrolling that wasn't in one of those alcoves. And just sort of smack right into their leg. And when you look up, you can see this giant, taller than an average human droid in black shiny armor. It just does the slow mechanical sound as it looks down at you. What do you do?
Gracchus has not had to fight in a very long time. Well, at least not in usual combat. I think this thing's probably about to attack any moment. So
I'll give you this. It does say you're not authorized to be in this area. Halt. It doesn't attack at first. It tells you to stop.
Okay. You wouldn't happen to recognize Gracchus, would you? Maybe further back in the database.
It leans
Although
over
Gracchus
a little bit
supposes he wouldn't
further.
actually be listed.
It leans over a little bit further, almost as if squinting to look at you closer. And then it stands back up and goes, your identity is not known. You're not authorized to be in this area. You'll have to wait here while I call for security. It's in a very deep electronic-y kind of voice.
Unfortunate that I have to do this. I would like to use Force Lightning.
Oh, nice. Absolutely, you can.
Okay, so let me just look at it real quick.
I think there's a roll associated with that, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it was.
I gotta use. Okay, I gotta make a use the force check and compare it to the target's reflex defense. Okay, let's use the force.
Welcome in, Nikki, and thank you for that subscription. Who would you like to give an advantage to?
The two of y'all don't have an advantage.
And not to suggest who to give one to, but Grakus did just literally walk into a dark trooper.
Yeah, Grakus.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see what the roll's gonna be. Let's see. Let's see here. Should be fine, right? Of course not. I'm gonna use that advantage.
All right. Understandable.
I rolled a 1 and then a 3. What is going on?
I was running into that on Monster of the Week on Friday.
I mean, I rolled a 2 and a 7, so like I get it.
Hey, there you go.
What is this? What's going on?
I tell you what, actually, if you would like to try to roll again, because I just remembered you knew which wires to pull out last session, so I would say that you could roll with second advantage, so you can roll again and try for a higher roll if you want, since you do know kind of what part you need to zap here.
I thank the DM for such graciousness.
I always feel bad when dice are just stubbornly bad. Right.
Okay.
20's still not bad.
Be. That's fine. That's cool. That's cool.
So what happens on a 20 with Force Lightning?
Well, if it equals or exceeds the reflex defense, the target takes 8d6 force damage and moves 1 step along the condition track.
If it meets or beats, is that what it was?
Yeah, if it meets or beats.
Okay. It does meet the flat-footed for this particular one, which I'm going to give it flat-footed because I don't see any way it would expect a small Ewok to just zap it with lightning. There's no way this droid sees that coming.
The AI is not prepared for that eventuality.
No. Not at all.
The inherent biases of the programmers did not anticipate it.
I just realized I made this an attack roll and I just didn't use it.
Oh. They were not expecting Dark Side Pikachu.
Grakus is not one of the lovable Ewoks. Okay, so 36.
Nice. That's a lot of damage, as the saying goes.
Limited power.
Yeah, that's gonna knock it down the condition track for sure. It goes down 1 on the condition track. Its shielding is gone, and it takes a significant chunk of hit points as well. Well done. It's going to, of course, respond. It is going to try and attack. So let's see. At a -2 because it's down on the condition track. With a light repeating blaster. So after it's done, twitching and shaking and there's smoke coming off of it, it points its light repeating blaster at you with a... I don't want auto fire. Where's the version I'm looking for? I guess it only has those 2 settings. Okay. All right. Well, it's 22 versus reflex.
27.
Okay.
So
All right. So it fires at you, but its targeting scanners are a little bit out of calibration because it's just been zapped by lightning, so it doesn't hit you. It just hits everything around you. There's like an Ewok-shaped circle in the floor where you're standing, and then blaster scarring everywhere else. What do you do next?
all right, I'm gonna. You know what? Grakus is gonna. Grakus is gonna do a good old palm thrust. We'll see if this works. Grakus dodges this blaster fire at close range, kicks off the wall, then just comes with a nice little palm thrust aimed for, I guess, the face.
Okay.
Sure. Come on. What is happening? A 4?
Yeah. I'm going to say that this does... The impact happens, but it's just like you slapped a brick wall. It just stands there stoically with your hand on its faceplate.
Grakus is starting to feel that perhaps he went too long without actual training.
As you say that, it's going to try and punch you with its other fist, as it were. Okay. That is going to be a 25.
Nope.
And you said your reflex was 27?
Yeah. That martial arts man.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, it tries to punch you off its face and misses. Yeah, with that, we'll pause that encounter there, and we'll hop over to Ilsa. So first of all, again, welcome in, Nikki. I'm glad that the weather is cooperating, at least for now. Hopefully. There's an epic fight going on outside, and we just talked about what Grakus was doing. So I know Ilsa had split off from the rest of the group as well and was also sort of sneaking her way to the bridge. So where do you go? What do you do to sneak around, and what do you do as you're heading down the hallway?
I'm still like, I really want to get to anybody that looks like they're remotely in charge.
Thank you.
I'm going to walk around. I think I have probably stashed my armor so I could be quiet.
Okay.
And just like I'm looking in rooms to see if anybody that looks like they're in charge is there.
All right. Let's go with a perception roll then.
Okay. She is not good mood right now.
As I recall, you rolled stealth last session and it was pretty high, so I'm not going to make you roll again. But yeah, roll perception to see if you can find anybody that looks like they might be an officer. Also, thank you, Michael, for gifting that sub to Mr. Parr. And then Parr, who would you like to give your advantage to? I think you muted there, Hope.
Yeah, I was about to tell him he's muted while I
Oh.
was muted. Having a good time.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my sheet to come up. It's giving me a hard time.
Oh, no worries.
Let me just try to go to Roll20 all over again.
While we're waiting, I'll just describe kind of the scene that you're walking up to. So you walk, sneaking down this hallway, getting some feedback from somebody. Not sure where it's coming from. Somebody's speaker might just be a little bit loud to their next to their speaker or next to their microphone. But anyways, you're walking down the hallway and you're sticking to the shadows. There's probably, like I said, the ship is under renovation, so there's probably some various crates and things like that, and you're able to duck behind some as stormtroopers walk down the hallway, completely not noticing that you're there. And it's a bit like the Krunk sneaking out of the castle with Kuzco, but it's actually cool instead of just Krunk thinking it's cool. But it's that sort of like jumping back and forth from cover to cover and tiptoeing down the hallway. Yeah, you find some rooms you're able to peek into. The first couple of them are empty. There's really nobody there. And then 12 on perception. Oh.
Sorry, I muted myself. I said I do it twice. I have that.
Oh, that's right.
Roll to. I have to take the second one, so if I get like a 1, then that's what I have.
Excuse me. Let's see what the second roll is as you poke your head into the third room, which seems to be a little bit more well lit. You're able to peek your head into a room, and you're still pretty well hidden. You've done a really good job at being stealthy, so nobody really notices you, but you only notice like a stormtrooper in there looking at some monitors. Can't really tell what it is he's monitoring, but it's just a stormtrooper in there. That's really all you see.
So it's nobody that's like in charge or anything.
Yeah, definitely
Not that I
not an
can
officer.
I'm trying to decide if I want to go after the stormtrooper or look for an officer.
Entirely
Can
up
I-
to you.
Can I look in another room?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me one more perception roll and then another stealth roll.
Okay. So perception. Wow.
Nice. The next room you come into, yeah, there is an officer in there. Looks like a break room. There's a couple of stormtroopers with their helmets off, and there's an officer there who's got a cup of coffee or something like that, and his back is to the door where you're peeking in from. And then let's get the stealth roll to see how hidden you are. Nice. Yeah,
Wow.
Nobody notices you.
Okay. You said there is a couple of stormtroopers and an officer.
Yep. They are stormtroopers. Have their helmets off. They're all three of them are drinking something. The stormtroopers have like a little plate in front of them.
Okay. Ilsa is just going to strike at the officer with their lightsaber.
Okay. Bold move. Go ahead and give me a attack roll.
Okay. Yeah, she's not going to. She has that same look that she's had on her face since she looked out the window of the ship.
Okay.
Attack. So that's. Oh, I see. I remember. I have it on here now.
So unfortunately, the attack misses, and your blade sort of kind of goes underneath their arm. Doesn't hit anything. They're just holding a cup of coffee, and then all of a sudden there's a lightsaber blade. Sort of right next to where their coffee cup is. And you definitely startle everyone. They take a turn to step back. They kind of jump out of their chairs and shove them out of the way and start fumbling for blasters and things like that. That's gonna be their turn. So before we hop over to the next group, you've got one more turn to take an action here. What would you like to do?
I gotta remember how to roll this. I just added all this stuff. Because she has
What move
can she
are you
do
wanting to do?
the fourth light?
I can't remember if you took it or not. If it's on your sheet, then absolutely.
Just try to read my handwriting.
Oh my gosh, I know how that is. I can't read my own notes half the time.
Just force something.
All right.
It.
I'm trying to remember if Force Lightning is one of the ones that you can just grab right off the bat. And I don't remember if it is or not. So. If nothing else, I'd say you could probably use Force Push if you wanted to shove them against the wall. That's one that.
Yeah.
That you usually end up starting with. Okay. Let's just do a use the Force roll, and we'll see how effective it is.
Come on, dice, be nice to me. Please, dice. Where did you go? Nope.
So 14. Would you like to add a force point to that?
Actually, can I use a destiny point?
Sure. If you used a destiny point, we'll call that'll basically make it a nat 20, and I'll say that you can hit all three of them with force push. You can slam them against the wall as hard as you want and render them unconscious. So describe for us what that looks like. Like how does Ilsa do that?
Well, her lightsaber is, she looks at it go, it doesn't hit the guy, and she just kind of stares at it, and she stares at the guy, and she actually pushes her hand, because she's just really mad, and she just pushes her hand, and the light come out of her hands, and she pushes them really, really hard.
Okay.
Hard as she possibly can. So that definitely would be out. I don't know how injured they'd be, but she really goes for it.
All right. There's definitely a dark side force behind that. You definitely get that sort of rush of feeling super powerful and a little bit cold as you do this, and yeah, all three of them just slam hard against the bulkhead on the other side of the room. They definitely are knocked out cold, probably have some broken bones or something, and they're not getting up anytime soon.
And I'm going to make sure I have my lightsaber and turn to find more victims.
All right. Ilsa's just going on a rampage through this thing.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, then we'll pause for Ilsa there, and we'll head back over to Anaka and Kieran, as the two of them are walking through this door into this cargo bay with stormtroopers everywhere. The camera's moving in slow motion as the lightsabers ignite, and they're walking. I'm assuming. Feel free to correct me for Anaka, but I'm assuming they're walking like side by side into this sea of stormtroopers.
Hell yeah.
And what was the name of the song that you said was playing in the background?
Oh,
In
good
your
question.
mind? I can't sing it because DMCA, but
It was
remember
Immigrant
what it
Song,
sounds
right?
like.
It was
Immigrant Song.
Immigrant Song. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't hum the tune, but imagine that in your minds.
Pull it up on YouTube. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, you're walking into that. Of course, the music that's playing right now is appropriate for this. You're walking into that. What do you do, Anako? I'm gonna give you first dibs on this.
Can you kind of give me an idea of like the troopers and stuff? Like where exactly are we again?
You're in a cargo bay, and there are lines of troops. They look like they've been gathered for inspection or roll call or something like that.
Okay, so like
you-
lined up properly.
Yeah, if you remember the scene from, I believe it's Return of the Jedi, where the Emperor shows up on the Death Star and there's like rows of stormtroopers on either side of where the shuttle lands. That's kind of what it looks like sans the Emperor.
Okay.
And they're all staring at you and Kieran.
Okay, so we've been seen already.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Anaka would look to Kieran, give her just the meanest smile, and run in.
You actually get a
Headlong.
smirk, like a cocky smirk back from Kieran, and she's right behind you. Take your pick. There is a massive amount of stormtroopers. What section do you want to attack, and how do you attack them?
Well, despite running headlong into a bunch of enemies, which in itself is dangerous already, the most dangerous would probably be straight to the middle, because then you have people on, or droids or whatever they are, on either side. So Anaka's probably going to go to the left, flank around the left side.
Okay. Kieran will go to the right side. And how do you attack them? And they're all humans, just in stormtrooper.
Right, troopers, yeah. So Anaka already has her lightsaber out. Did they ignite them on the way there? I feel like they walked in there glowing.
It's up to you. Cinematically, I just went with the already ignited, but if you don't want that...
yeah, no, that's perfect.
You can have it off.
Yeah, no, Anaka, okay, so she's going to come in swinging, I guess. She's going to do as much damage as she can.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay, so it depends on what I do with my lightsaber here. So I have... I have a lightsaber throw. I haven't used this, and I've had it since literally level 1. So I'm going to use my lightsaber throw as I'm moving into this group of enemies.
Okay.
So it targets, treating it as a thrown weapon, apply normal range penalties. I don't take any penalty for improvised thrown weapons because I'm proficient with my lightsaber. So it's only subject to range penalties.
There really is none, because you were in the thick of it.
Okay, so then no penalty. So what I do then, normal weapon damage if it hits. So your target, yeah. It does not tell me who's in, who am I hitting is the question.
Are you targeting one stormtrooper? Are you targeting more than one?
Yeah, I don't know if thrown lightsaber is for one target or if improved lightsaber is like an area of effect. So let me just see.
If I remember right, improved does let you have more control over it, so I think you can hit multiple people with that one.
I can hurl a lightsaber as a standard action. Oh, it literally does not say. Yeah, let's just do that then.
Okay.
And then I can pull it back to my hand with a use the force check. So let me just do that real quick.
Either way, anything that says single target, like, you're probably going to end up hitting multiple because there's tons of them.
I have so many pages open when it comes to all my attacks. Like, I have a bad habit of having too much information in front of me.
I get that.
So it doesn't actually tell me what stat that I'm using.
I imagine it's a use the force roll to throw it, or it's just like a regular lightsaber attack roll.
Yes,
I would guess.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. So then it's.
But this is pretty much like trying to lightsaber fight in a mosh pit, so you're gonna hit something.
So I add my attack bonus to it, and my dex. My God, there's so much to look at. My dex is 5, so that's plus 13. 24.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit something. That is. I'm gonna say that they're flat-footed, so it definitely hits like a normal hit. But even if you missed, you're still gonna hit something because there's tons of stormtroopers. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
God, I must be the slowest player on Earth. I don't have it poked into my sheet.
That's okay. I believe that's 2d8 for the lightsaber.
I also do have a fancy lightsaber.
Oh yeah, +2. 2d8 plus 2 plus your strength, I think.
Oh yes, and it's also +2 attack, so it'd be a 26 instead. And I have a +1 lightsaber bonus from Kieran's training, so that would be a +3 to damage, I believe.
Then yeah, you actually would hit even without flat-footed. Just barely, but you would hit. So yeah, I believe it's 2d8 plus 2 from your lightsaber plus whatever your strength modifier is.
Okay. So 2d8 plus, I think I have a low strength or nothing at all. Yeah, strength is 0. So then it would be +3 from my lightsaber in training, right?
I think the training was just for attack, but the lightsaber does add +2 to your damage as well.
+2 to my damage. Okay, so +2. 14.
14? Okay, cool. Go ahead and describe for us how you take out 3 of these stormtroopers.
Nice. So Anaka looks to her side and gives Kieran just this shit-eating grin. And she sees this large group of troopers. And it's the first time that she's genuinely super excited to just throw herself into a battle. And we kind of saw a little bit of this with her kind of fooling around with the Saxon when they did that battle. A little bit of that smile. But this is that times 10. She's super excited. She throws herself into running towards these stormtroopers, not even really checking to see if Kieran's behind her at all. She goes to the left side, and as she's moving forward, she uses that momentum to swing her ignited lightsaber up, and she just hurls it straight into the stormtroopers that are looming up in front of her, and it just spins and takes out 3 of these stormtroopers as it spins in the air and just goes right through them. Now I'm also going to roll a use the force and pull that back to my hand, hopefully, if it succeeds.
All right.
Boop. Oh yeah, that's a 36. My DC was 20. So yeah, she hurls it in, watches it spin as it takes out 3 of these guys, holds out her hand, and it whips back into her hand. She closes her hand around the hilt of this lightsaber, and that smile is just still plastered to her face as she settles back into a ready stance, waiting for these troopers to come at her.
Okay. Just need to see something real quick. Yeah, there's a Wilhelm scream, for sure, and yeah, 3 of these stormtroopers just are dead. And then Kieran, just need to see information. Gonna use Battle Strike. Go. At a 25, so she's going to gain +1 force bonus on next attack, an additional 3d6 points of damage if the attack hits. From the power Battle Strike. And let's see what happens. So it's +1. So that is a double rapid lightsaber attack. So it's 27 damage. That's a 22. +1, it's 23, so that's going to hit. Just barely, but it does hit. And then the damage is 27 plus another 3d6. So it's going to be 8. So yeah, there's quite a lot of damage. So as you glance over with the smirk, you see this double-bladed lightsaber just spinning around with the womp womp noises, and there's like literally stormtroopers flying through the air.
Anaka, when she sees this happening, she lets out like one of those yips, like a holler, and Kieran can just hear her laughing.
There's literally like one of those moments from A New Hope where Kieran looks over and sees, that you've taken out 3 and does the whole that's great, kid, now don't get cocky kind of moment. And that's right when a lot of these stormtroopers start shooting back at you. So that's going to be a 21 at Anaka, and a 31 at Kieran, which will hit. That's going to be... It'll hit Kieran. How about for Anaka?
Against reflex defense?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't hit. I have a 26.
Okay. So that's going to be 14 damage to Kieran. Which is not too bad. So the scene looks like, these blaster bolts rushing at you, lots of them from a lot of different angles. But you and Kieran are, for the most part, able to deflect them all with your lightsabers. But there are just a couple that get through on Kieran, and she takes a hit to the shoulder and on like her right thigh, and takes a little bit of damage. But she's still pretty much fine. And with that, let's hop back over to our Mandos outside. So back to the top of the order there, we've got Squad 1 that's been attacking Merrick's with a 27.
I guess that hits. Probably.
All right.
I'd put my reflex defense in my name.
Oh, nice. That's a smart idea. Where's my other D8? There it is.
Well, you don't have to do damage. I just know that I was hit, right?
So that
The
is
shame is enough.
11 plus. So that's 17 on the first hit. 11 on the second hit.
Those don't add together for threshold, do they?
Right, they're separate. So
Is this a
it's
total of
not
28?
a total, yeah, but you count them separately for the purpose of your threshold because they are technically separate attacks.
Right, I just have to do the math.
And then Jai, it is your turn.
Oh boy. I mean, look. So Jai got lit up a second ago. Kind of the smoke clears, and he's just standing there, like the paint is kind of scorched all over his armor, and he's just kind of like his helmet's tilted one side, and just goes, no. And I'm going to spend a destiny point.
Okay.
So if I may, Raven, in all of this, like, they've been like, my little group there on the right that I've been shooting at has been pushing forward and everything, and they got near one of the inoperable turbo lasers that are right there on the hull, and Jai just goes, no, not dealing with this, and shoots the power conduit on it to make the whole thing overload. Like, I know they weren't technically functional, but there's still power flowing there. And I want to just basically fry this bunch. Just blow up a turbo laser battery in their face. Not kill them all. Maybe just kill one or two. But really just look flashy and a little stupid.
I like the idea. Technically, it's not that they're inoperable; it's that they weren't installed yet. So there's actually just like the housing for it, but there's no guns there. You could do like something to get the same effect.
Is there like a
maybe
shield
because
emitter or something? Or?
Yeah, I was say maybe because Destiny is intervening here. Maybe there's an exposed panel that didn't get reattached. Maintenance was getting sloppy, and so there's a power cable there that you could potentially shoot to sort of electrify that section of the hull for a second.
Yeah,
It got wedged open with the masking because they were just painting it. They hadn't removed the masking yet.
Yeah, you know how it is in a dockyard. Things just get a little hectic. You don't find it until you're in a fight days later. Yeah, let's do that then. So Jai's just going to be like, you meshed up my armor. And just blast that panel and just zap the whole patch of hull there.
Yeah. It shocks some of them that are coming through, and instead of just taking out one, you take out two of this squad. So it's starting to thin out quite a bit. There's still a couple of guys left, but you definitely did a lot more damage than just doing a sniper shot.
Jai's also like, now Jai is definitely a little mad and is gonna just like, he's gonna take that shot and then just start walking towards them. Just very much just like tempting fate like an idiot, but also just like, I'm a bit annoyed by all this gunfire you did to me a second ago, friends.
Fair. All right. Merrick's, it is your turn now.
Great. So this is the last round of shooting before I reach them?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Merrick's is starting to like square up a little bit to like, coming kicking, but they will take one final shot before actually being intimidating. Okay, this is a 25 hit.
25. Just barely does not hit.
Okay. I will use a force point.
You just need to roll higher than a 1 on that.
Okay. Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
So yeah, you hit.
Okay, so I hit for 21. It's not an attack of opportunity, so okay. Because they've been knowing I've been coming for 2 rounds.
Yeah.
After Merrick's shoots into this crowd, they will in fact pull their leg up into a kick. But that's not actually what they're going to do. But it's not clear from their body language otherwise.
Okay.
Do I need a deception, or are we just going to leave that with the narrative?
Yeah, the narrative's fine on that. And then with 21 damage, yeah, one of that squad is out of the fight.
Okay. Great.
And then I'm gonna go slightly out of order here and just say what the Mando squad and the other squad are doing. The stormtroopers actually do a little bit better on this round, and one of our nameless Mandos does get taken out of the fight. They're not dead, but they are down.
Merrick says, in their voice through comms, my hidden enemy strikes for 10 points. My score is 0.
What is that?
That's from the card game that they all play.
Okay.
Still just going on in your helmet with them as you're going.
No, but you know, it's just a thing in battle to like pretend you're continuing it.
Oh yeah, that's Jai's hearing that just like, I need to learn this game. Is it?
It involves counting cards and might involve lying.
Oh, I'm bad at that. And like in the middle of this fight, Jai just like starts rattling off that time that he tried to lie his way like past an Imperial ship, and like the line did not work, but his hacking did.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. And then next is Squad 3, which is attacking Jai. And you remember how last time I said they were like, we're gonna need a bigger gun?
Yeah. I hate it.
They've pulled out the bigger gun. So you notice a couple of them firing something. They're like holding up their arms, like firing something out of a gauntlet. And I'm gonna use my advantage on that roll.
No, you don't need to. You don't. I disagree.
Oh. So that's a plus.
This is already
That's a 30?
Yeah, that hits.
So they fire a where'd it go? There it is. A miniature proton torpedo launcher at you.
Okay. Cool. This is on their gauntlet?
Yeah.
Neat.
I was surprised too.
Go ahead.
Hold on, I need more D10s.
No, you don't. You really don't. It's fine. Roll all ones. Roll all ones. Roll all ones.
That's not all ones. So that's 11, 21, 34 damage.
Oh dear. Okay. Neat. Yeah, that hits my threshold.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Well, not by much, which is nice.
That's surprising.
My threshold's 29. So 34 damage, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. Jai's taking that hit.
If it makes you feel better, because you did the thing with the electricity, it's just 1 and not 2.
That does make me feel a lot better. So Jai's gonna take this hit, and it's gonna knock him off his feet, and so he's floating a little bit, like off those magnetic clamps. And he just kind of shakes it off, and when he's like upside down, like head pointed at the ship, he's just gonna be like, okay, so first of all, nobody touch those 2 jerks. Second of all, if anyone does touch those 2 jerks, leave their arms. I want their gauntlets. Jai's gonna get mini proton torpedo launchers on his gauntlets.
All right.
You did this, Raven. You just gave Jai proton torpedo launchers for everyday life.
We'll see what happens.
Oh boy, I've got more destiny points. Let's go. I'm gonna name one Saxon Sucks.
And with that, it goes to the top of the turn order for that, which is Squad 1. And they're getting ready to shoot at Merrick's. But we're going to go on a break, so we'll find out what they shoot at Merrick's when we get back. So we're going to take a 15-minute break, let everybody stretch their legs, grab a drink, that sort of thing.
You say
we come
shoot,
back.
but we know it's a surrender flag.
Sure. To keep that positivity. It's good.
Not the way I'm rolling.
And we'll also find out what happens with Graykus and the Dark Trooper, and just how Darkside Ilsa goes on everybody on the Star Destroyer, and what the final count is between Anaka and Kieran when we get back. So we'll be right back. right, we are back. And as I mentioned, Squad 1 is starting to shoot at Merrick's. And that attack roll is... that is a... Where'd it go? 24. Which I believe is a miss. Or is it a hit?
Yeah, that's. You know, I'm gonna make that a miss. I would like to survive this fight, and it's about to get worse. So I will. It's not very dramatic, but I will spend a destiny point to stay alive through this combat right now.
All right.
Most of my feats are about vehicular combat, so.
Then in that case, 2 mini proton torpedoes just end up almost hitting you, but at the last second just sort of veer off a little bit and explode off in space.
Yeah, Merrick's pulls back their leg and pushes forward their arm, which they intended to do anyway. And it just so happens that it goes past where their leg was.
Perfect. Just for kicks and giggles, I want to know how much damage that would have been.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm down a third of my hit points, so, and I'm about to start punching people.
So that's 10, 20, about 30. So all in all, it probably would have ended up being somewhere around 60 damage.
Okay, so this was a good use of, of a destiny point. I believe that would be death. Point. Yeah, because it's negative your con score is death, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's death. I would have been dead.
Jeez. All right. But fortunately, they missed, so that is their turn, which makes it Jai's turn next.
All right, Jai's done with these 2 chuckleheads. I've moved up on them a good bit. They've moved up on me more.
Mm-hmm. You're well within point blank range now.
Oh, good. Goody gumdrops. Do we have any crits lying around, Raven?
Ilsa has a crit. You've got an advantage, and Anaka has an advantage, and I have a crit.
Okay, I hate that. I mean, if you want to use it for curing, great. That's awesome. But otherwise, I hate that. So I'm at point blank, huh?
Uh-huh.
RNGesus, forgive me. I want to do something stupid, Raven.
Okay.
So I have one more thermal detonator just laying around.
Yeah, as one does.
Yeah. I want to grab one of these guys' gauntlet with the proton torpedo launcher.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to drop a thermal detonator down there between them, kick off the guy holding his gauntlet to try to rip it off his suit, and jetpack away really fast.
Okay.
And then blow them the fuck up.
That is very ambitious.
It is. I have destiny points.
2 of them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm going to need a series of rolls.
Yeah, I would think so.
Trying to figure out what those are going to be.
I'm just tallying up all of my resources right now. We got 2 destiny points, an advantage, 10 force points. We'll be okay.
There's a grapple in there, definitely.
Yeah, I think let's do a grapple to grab the gauntlet.
Cool. I'm hoping this just kind of comes out of nowhere for him, because who would be stupid enough to do this in the middle of a fight?
Pretty much any Mando, I think.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not used to dealing with us. We're insane. All right, grapple check. Arn, Jesus, keep me safe. I'm willing to put force points on that.
That's good, because they rolled a 26.
Oh. Is there a limit to force points that I can use, or can I just like throw them at the wall like spaghetti?
As many as you have, they just don't refresh until you level up, and you
Neat.
just leveled up.
Neat. All right, so there's 20.
Yeah, but there's a proton torpedo gauntlet on the line here.
I understand. with 3 torpedoes still in it, by the way.
Oh, goody. So that's 25.
Okay, you need one more.
Okay.
It's 26.
So 30.
All right.
I win.
You grab the gauntlet. You're able to drop the thermal detonator.
Neat.
Now, I need an acrobatics roll to push off and jetpack away.
Cool.
Keeping in mind that this gauntlet is attached to his arm. And you're in space.
Well, I'm assuming he's got magnetic boots, and Stormtrooper armor isn't what we would all call quality, especially not compared to Beskar.
That's true. He's also, they're not using their boots. They've been using their jetpacks the whole time. So
that's that makes this more complicated.
Yeah.
Well, how hard do you kick him in the chest?
And maybe like down so that he can like hit the ship next to the thermal detonator.
I tell you what.
Let's see what the roll does.
Okay, I was gonna say if you want to spend a destiny point, then this one will have magnetic boots on the hull.
That's tempting. I'm gonna roll the dice and we're gonna see what happens. I still have resources. Well, I'm gonna use that destiny point, Raven. Is what I'm gonna do. Because that was an 8, and that's not going to get the job done.
No.
I think that's actually a natural 1.
Is it really? It is. Oh my god.
So I'm going to go ahead and use that destiny point. I would have died.
Yeah.
I have a lot of hit points. I probably would have survived, but I would have been real beat up. So I'm going to cash in that destiny point.
Okay.
Just do that. I do that, GM.
And then one last roll. I'm not going to make this terribly difficult, but just a strength check.
Strength check. Cool. I still have an advantage, and I still have force points.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to need to use that advantage now, aren't I?
I would, yeah.
Eric's rolls were contagious.
All right, 9. How many force points you got?
I got 7.
Okay, throw 1 in there. If you get a 6, it might be enough. Okay.
There's a 6. There's a 6 for you. I used 2.
All right, so here's what happens. You used a destiny point, so this particular trooper had just managed to lock his boots on the hull. And you come screaming in, I'm assuming on your jetpack.
Oh, probably.
And you grab onto the gauntlet. And he's looking at you like you're absolutely insane. I mean, he's got the helmet on, but, you know, the slight head tilt and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You get the impression that's like, you're absolutely insane. And you see that he's getting ready to, like, shoot it. What with you holding on to it.
Seems like I would do that. It seems like the right choice.
He's getting ready to do that until he sees the thermal detonator fall down. And then, you know, it's space, so you can't really hear, but you can almost hear the, oh shit.
I communicate back to him through helmet language. It's just like,
yup. That's rough, buddy.
Bad beats, bro. Bad beats.
And yeah, you are able to just sort of hulk out and just tear this gauntlet off of the armor. He's still got his bodysuit, so it's not like explosive decompression or anything. He's okay.
I'm not that mean. I'm just going to blow him up in a second.
Yeah. And yeah, you were able to launch off with your jetpack, holding this. It's most of the gauntlet. Like, all the important bits are there. The clamshell's broken, but
Yeah, I can fix that.
yeah. And it's still got 3 mini proton torpedoes in it. Incidentally, by the way, it takes a full round action to reload, and it's not currently loaded, just as a heads up, but you have it.
Okay.
And yeah, how long was the timer on the detonator?
So, here's the thing. I think Jai was really confident that this would all work really well. It's
Okay.
pretty much the minimum time allotted.
Which I think is 6 seconds, right?
Yeah, it's going to be next round.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward to that. We'll go a little bit out of order here, because yeah, you launch away, and then at the very end of your turn, there's just boom. And if they weren't dead, I don't know that they would necessarily be dead from that much damage. They'd be in rough shape either way, but it doesn't matter because they've been launched into space. We're not going to see them again. Maybe in 15 years when, some passing by freighter has managed to pick them up out of space and now they're on a vengeance quest, to come track you down. But it'll be at least a decade before you see them again.
Awesome. This was stupid. Thanks for playing in my space with me, Raven. That was great.
You're welcome. That was awesome. I love that.
I have 1 destiny point and 5 force points left to get me through this level.
And it's going to be a bit before you level up again.
Yup.
Oh,
Jai's going to have to learn some restraint real quick, or else figure out some ways to actually measure up to his own ego with gear.
Well, you're well on your way with the proton torpedo launcher. Merrick, it's your turn next, and you've witnessed all of this.
Merrick takes a brief moment to just shake her head and then focus back on this person who just nearly killed them and uses their gauntlet flamethrower. Is that a full action?
No.
It must be, because I've got it.
It's a standard attack. My only question would be, would it work in space?
The fuel is in.
It should.
Yeah, because in order to burn like that, it would have to have oxygen alongside it, propelling it.
Okay.
If not, I mean, if you want to rule that it doesn't, then I'll just switch up to the grappling hook. It's fine.
No, that's cool.
I was debating which one I wanted to use anyway.
I very much like the rule of cool over other things, but there was just, my brain was trying to figure out, like, how would that work? But yeah, it might just use oxygen that you've got in your suit. That makes sense.
So yeah, and the flame might be a different color.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's cool.
So I'm just gonna.
I just had to take a second to wrap my brain around it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna spray the people in front of me as I keep zooming in. That's not very good damage. I don't like that. It's also not enough to hit them.
Yeah, we're gonna say that hits. If you want, you can throw a force point on your damage as well.
Okay, I will do that.
It's not just for attacks.
Right.
That's a little better.
Yeah, so I mean the real purpose is to like disconcert them by like making they can't see through the flame. But yeah, so just spraying them with fire, just like across their faces. They're wearing helmets, obviously. And then for my next turn, readying the grappling hook to haul somebody off their feet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it definitely blinds them. I'm going to give you advantage on your next attack when it gets back around to you. Next is Squad 3, which is shooting at Jai, except they're lost in space.
Lost in space.
Exactly. So Mando's versus Rocket Troopers. Mando's got a nat 20. They're effectively winning the fight. Like once it's done, like once your turns are done, when you're done with your groups, they'll have won. And I was gonna hop over to another group, but we're pretty much coming up on the end here. The Squad 1 is blinded. They're trying to deal with that. Jai, it's back to you. There's just the other Mandos are mopping up, and it's just Merrick's flamethrowing and getting ready to punch and stuff with these other ones.
So Jai's gonna like orient himself on his jetpack, shove the gauntlet into a pouch, and just be like, Merrick's. How many people are still fighting Merrick's?
I think there's 3 left.
Yeah, I've only knocked out one so far.
Merrick's,
I missed the first 2 rounds.
You want a hand?
Have some fun. Let's do this.
I'm gonna shoot over at that squad.
All right.
Oh boy. Right. Let's shoot. Hey, it's all coming back. It's all, my hubris is coming back to haunt me now. Everything went wrong.
Curse my hubris.
That was a nat 1, and I got some nat 1s on the damage rolls. So nope.
Oh, it's bad on the D20 too.
Oh yeah, no, it's a nat 1 on the D20. It's fail. It's bad.
No, I mean I rolled a D20 to see how bad the
oh no,
the bad was. It's bad.
Well, you know,
I think
hubris.
I think someone might have just saved you. Who's that advantage for there, Nikki?
Jai.
Oh, bless you. Nikki is my favorite. I will try again and hopefully not get a nat 1. That's literally all I care about right now.
So
I didn't get a nat 1.
Yay!
I got 33 on the attack roll.
You take out one of the 3 that are left, leaving Merrick's with just the 2. And Merrick's, it is your turn, and you've got advantage on this attack.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, yeah. So, just gonna whip in there with my fist.
All right, awesome.
Which won't do a lot of damage, but it's, this is about toughness and being cool, and I'm sure that Jai will actually pick them off, but this is fun.
You have your moment. Go nuts.
Okay. So that will be the vibro knuckler. What is? Oh, that's you. So the 27 or a 28, which is
nice.
Which is a nat 20.
Awesome. Yeah.
And also substantially more damage.
Describe for me how you punch these 2 rocket troopers out of commission.
All right. So as soon as the flames, wisp away and they're just sort of like disoriented, as they should be, Merrick's is going to come in and, having pulled back the flamethrower arm, just leads in with the right fist and then gets the other one with the elbow as they draw it back. And then, because this is a round, also after they've gone back to the second person, just kick the other one. So cumulatively, that much damage is done.
Nice. Yeah, you doesn't necessarily kill them or knock them out, but it's enough, and you do damage to their armor in the process. That the one of them just shorts out his jetpack, and he's been punched so hard that now he's floating off into space with no way to correct himself. Mm-hmm. And the other, it's pretty much like the Boba Fett at the end of Return of the Jedi, or at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, where the jetpack gets smacked and it goes on, and the guy can't turn it off, mm-hmm. and is just sort of spiraling into space.
Oh, are they both drifting off?
Yeah.
Okay. In the next round, I would like to retrieve one of them because I want one of those gauntlets too.
Okay.
Come on, you know that.
Let me get an acrobatics roll from you to try and go retrieve one of them before they get too far away. Because the only thing that's left is the Mandos and the other Mandos, and they've taken out their squad. So you've got a clear shot to the bridge now.
Is a 23 gonna do it?
It's enough to get you there. And then I need a strength roll to pull the gauntlet off.
Strength is not as good. But I've got hold of them.
Yeah. We'll say this. You have 0 luck. It won't even budge. But he's gotten hit pretty hard, so I'm gonna say he's unconscious. So you can take the whole man with you.
Okay.
If you really
I'm not
want
above
to.
chopping the man's arm off, so.
Oh my god.
I have a fever, Raven. I'm not reasonable.
That's fair. Do you have anything to do the chopping with?
No, I'm just saying, if I wasn't able to retrieve him, I would do that. But I'm able to retrieve him. So we'll get him back to the ship. And then actually try to dexterously take off this pinned down person.
Okay.
Take off the gauntlet.
In
In a reasonable speed. Like real
Okay.
people do.
You've got so you've got a prisoner essentially. One of the other Mandos will take them off your hands for you. And yeah, your group has a straight shot to the bridge. So we're gonna hop over to Graykus. What do you want to do with this Dark Trooper that is just... You're kind of hanging on his face, and he wasn't able to punch you. What do you want to do with this?
Alright, let's try it again. I'm gonna swing over the top of his head and sort of try to drop kick in the back. Because
Love that.
Ewoks be small enough to do things like that. Come on. Man!
Oh
A nat 1! What's happening?
gosh.
Hold on. 1 second. Give me a minute.
I'm going to take that as your castmate is getting you an advantage with guild coins, so you can reroll that.
Interesting. It's telling me that the reward is on cooldown.
Oh, it does have a cooldown, yeah. But either way, take an advantage either way, because the dice are being just cruel to you, and I don't like it.
A for effort. Thanks, Twitch, for doing that. That's weird.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You know what? I'm good.
Goodness.
Good.
Yeah. You kick it in the back of the head. It does not do damage because the attack roll isn't high enough. But it does knock it a little off balance, and so it takes a few steps away from you to try to catch its balance, giving you a good opening for your next turn. And it spends its turn turning around and reorienting itself to try and attack you. So your turn again, essentially.
Okay. Am I just gonna use Force Lightning? It worked the first time.
I mean, go for it.
I
I feel like it would be more effective against a droid than an Ewok trying to punch it and kick it.
Yeah. Hey man. Listen, the Force runs through all things, right? So there's Force fists that are happening. As far as I'm concerned. Okay.
And I'm over here just like, that's not how the Force works.
It's like magic, right? So funny.
Oh, those
I
are my
got-
favorite scenes.
I want to check if I think if I use a dark side power, I have to move up my dark side points.
What power?
Well, I mean, force lightning, but it is considered dark side, so I think I do have to add a dark side point every time I use it. I could be wrong though.
That's fine.
Yeah, using force power with the dark side descriptor increases your dark side score by 1. So
As long as you
yeah,
get-
I'm gonna
get like a ton of them. You'll be fine.
light them up again, hopefully. Okay, nat 20, and I didn't roll.
Nice.
I didn't roll the
Uh,
attack roll that I literally set up for this.
That's okay. With a nat 20, go ahead and tell me how Grakus just destroys this thing.
Rakus is not very happy with the results that have permeated yet, so he backflips a bit, makes some distance, and then remembers, his master during a particularly harsh lesson, trying to teach him to basically counteract force lightning. And he remembers what his master's force lightning felt like. And then he unleashes what he thinks is force lightning on the level of his master's.
Okay.
I'm just imagining like the lightning shoots out and it just ping pongs off the walls and just kind of blackens and chars the entire hallway in the space that the troopers in.
All right. That's perfect. After that happens, there's just this sort of like robot powering down noise as there's just smoke pouring off of the outside of this droid, and then it just sort of like does the any joints or hydraulics that make it stand up just sort of deactivate, so it just gets a little shorter, and then just falls face first onto the hallway floor, completely dead. Also, the lights in the hallway are out now.
Good. That makes the giggling that occurs directly after this moment that much better.
Oh yeah. Where does Grakus head after doing this?
Well, seeing as you already encountered somebody, it's no point looking for any more surprises, so I think Riggs is just gonna head for the bridge.
Okay.
No point dilly-dallying any longer.
All right. Then we will pause there. You find essentially a turbo lift, and you'll end up at the bridge around the same time as everybody else that makes it to the bridge. So we'll pause with Grakus there and head over to Ilsa. You said you left the room where you force slammed the officer and the stormtroopers, looking for more people to rampage on.
Yeah, more officers.
Are you heading up towards the bridge, like
Yeah,
during your search?
she's on her way towards the bridge and just like looking for officers or anybody who looks
So
officer like.
gotcha. So the bridge is your main focus. This is just sort of like, if I pass one along the way, I'll, as a treat.
Yeah, she wants to just destroy everyone on the bridge, but she'll settle for destroying everyone else too.
Then let's do another perception roll. See if you run into anybody else before you get to the bridge.
Okay. If this fails, I'm going to use my crit on it because I want her to find somebody else.
Okay.
Okay. Well, no, I get another perception. Well, no, I'm just going to use my crit on it. I don't want to chance it.
Okay. I mean, if you roll and it's worse, you can still use the crit. Either way.
Okay. That's a
There's
good thing.
nothing, nothing to lose.
Okay.
Technically, it can't be worse because that wasn't that one.
Was it really?
Okay.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. So
That's,
please
that's
none.
also a fair point. Hey, there you go.
Wow. Is that the opposite?
Is that a nat 20?
I
It
can't
is.
tell
It's a
on
nat
mine.
20.
It is a nat 20, yeah.
Okay. So with a nat 20, 31, yeah, you absolutely find a whole room full of officer-looking people. They're in officer uniforms. There's some lieutenants and commanders and people like that in the room. They're all around various consoles, not paying attention to you.
Can I choose to fail the stealth for this?
Sure. You can just walk right in and announce yourself if you want to.
I'm going to walk in. Ilsa's not in her armor. She's, not a very big person. And she walks in and says, gosh, I had this in my head and I forgot what it was.
I hate it when that happens.
I was just going to say, you're all in terrible trouble. There's people coming.
Do you have your lightsaber lit right now, or
No,
no?
no,
Okay.
I'm just in my normal, like, Elsa probably wears like light colors and the lightsaber's not lit. It's just her standing there
Okay.
warning them.
You get a very condescending lieutenant who steps away from his console and is basically just like, little girl, you're not supposed to be here, and I don't know what you're going on about or how you even got in here, but let me escort you to security. It goes to try to escort you out of the room.
And can she use the Force Whirlwind?
Sure.
Okay.
That's like Force Slam, except it's like a whirlwind, right? And it hits everybody. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let me see what I have to roll. Somebody was very helpful. I think they knew I was going to do this. Okay, I think it's an area attack.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Okay, and how do I
Either
do that?
way, I'm gonna say it hits everybody in this room.
Okay. Well, that's what she does. Like, she's just doesn't change her expression. She just hits everybody in the room with this.
All right, go ahead and roll. I assume it has like a effectiveness.
Yeah, I think she would have to light her lightsaber now that I look at this. Or melee weapon, so it doesn't have to be the lightsaber.
Okay. Force Whirlwind. I'm gonna look it up as well too, just so I know what's going on with it.
Okay, I was just looking at the one in the chat, but it's probably different.
So you just have to make a use the force check.
Okay.
And the result of the check determines the effect.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll, but if it doesn't work, do you suggest a destiny point or my crit?
I would go with your crit first.
Okay. Please work.
Yeah.
26? No, that's not enough.
So 20. It might be. Fortitude defense. Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, good.
And then it's a 26. So according to this chart, everyone in the room would take 3d6 points of force damage.
Okay, I'll roll that. Good.
Technically
16.
a single enemy, but this is a small room, so it's going to hit everybody.
It's 16.
Nice, it's almost max damage. So
Can I add
Yeah, you absolutely can add a force point to that if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I should have. I'm sorry, I was thinking back.
Same thing, really. They're both
A
decent.
6.
Yeah. Would you like to? This isn't going to kill them, but if you want, it can knock all of them unconscious, or
Okay.
it can just throw them around. Up to you.
It's going to knock them all unconscious.
Okay.
And she's not let them fall to the ground and then turn away.
Go ahead and describe for me what this whirlwind looks like and how it knocks everyone unconscious.
The officer is like trying to put his hand on her arm to lead her away, like go back to wherever the the people who aren't in charge are.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like slides away and says no. And then the air around her starts swirling. And she just like glares at this guy and it just starts swirling and it lifts him and lifts everybody. And it just turns them around. They're flailing and yelling. And then they just start to like fly in different directions and then fall to the ground after being knocked about a lot.
I love that. One of them probably yells out, like, is there a whole breach? Because they're getting sucked up into the ceiling and stuff, being thrown around. And yeah, they all end up unconscious.
Yeah,
Awesome.
She just turns her heel and walks out to continue her way to the bridge.
All right, then yeah, you find a turbolift as well.
Not gonna execute them?
Yeah.
I mean, they're unconscious. You could just do some stabby stabs.
Oh, I could, couldn't I?
It depends on how dark you want to go.
Okay.
Oh no.
If you start executing people who are unconscious, you will definitely get some dark side points for that.
I already have one.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is hard.
Like just going on a rampage and knocking people out, that's a little dark, but it's not that bad. But if you start executing people, yeah.
Okay, what she does is she has her lightsaber out and she's standing over the one that almost grabbed her arm. And is everybody else trying to get up to the bridge now too?
Yeah, that's pretty much everybody's goal is like we're all going to take different routes to see who can get to the bridge.
Is anybody
just in case.
talking? Are any of y'all talking as you do this?
That's a good question.
I mean, if we're done with our fight with the stormtroopers, then there's probably a lot of just like chit chat happening between the Mandos as we like saunter our way up to the bridge.
Yeah, congratulations and like little bits of praise, like, wow, that was a great shot, Hey, good to have you on the team, that sort of thing,
Okay. Do I need to roll if I just want to do something for flavor?
No, go for it. Just
Okay.
what's the thing?
She's also gonna like lift the guy up with the force
Okay.
and her lightsaber, and she's just getting ready to, like, she's millimeters away from striking from the execution, and she hears the group talking. So she like lets the guy drop, and she turns around and doesn't do it.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, the guy just slumps back down to the ground, and you avoid taking on some dark side points. And thankfully, there's no Palpatine just sitting there going, "Good, use your hatred."
Yeah, if she had that voice in her head that Anaka has, it would have gone to say it would have been a lot more carnage.
Yeah, I'm really glad Anaka got that lightsaber now. Hey, it's an admin. Thank you so much for that tier 3 subscription. And yes, you can do another challenge if you would like. Yeah, I can add a challenge to this. That's not a problem. Thank you. So, you start making your way up to the bridge. You find a turbo lift, and yeah, you will be up at the bridge along with everyone else once they get there. So now we're gonna hop back over to Anaka and Kieran. the last encounter that we have here. So, Anaka, what would you like?
Yes, ma'am. How many people are within a 6 square cone of me? If I were to do, say, perhaps an area attack.
6 square cone would be 6.
6? All right, that's plenty enough, I think. I am going to use a lightsaber attack, which is called Whirlwind. And as a full round action, I can make an area attack with my lightsaber and hit everybody within my reach.
All right.
So I make one attack roll and apply it to the reflex defense of everybody in my area.
Nice.
My attack roll is plus 13. 27.
Awesome. Yeah, that's enough to do the hit. Go ahead and describe how you take out 6 of these stormtroopers that are surrounding you.
So Anaka, after pulling the lightsaber back to her hand initially, she kind of settled back into this defensive stance. So once that kind of settles and the rest of the eyes have turned on her, she still has that big grin on her face. She is thoroughly enjoying herself, and she launches into her second attack and swings her lightsaber around in these large arcing motions. But, despite being very large motions, they're not sloppy or anything like that. Clearly, she knows what she's doing and makes these, very nice wide arc motions with her lightsaber and is able to hit everybody within her reach. She extends the lightsaber out as far as she can go and just takes them on out.
All right. Fantastic. Kieran's turn. I think I'm supposed to actually do this twice. Double and rapid strike are means you can attack twice at a lower attack bonus, right? Am I remembering that right?
Yeah, the improved rapid strike.
Yeah.
When you're using your lightsaber, you can take a -5 penalty to your attack roll and gain +2 dice of damage on a successful strike with your improved rapid strike. And it is making 2 quick strikes with a single attack.
That's right. Okay. That's why the damage is what it is, I think. You add how many dice was it?
It is +2 dice of damage on a successful strike.
Okay. And
So
what is your
-5
lightsaber
penalty. Lightsabers are normally
2d8, yeah?
yes.
Okay. So this is entered in wrong. Okay, cool. I wrote down what it was, but I didn't write down the details for Kieran's sheet. Oops. All right, so 1 attack roll, and then that's the damage. Okay. Nice. Yeah, she's just Darth Maul style swinging this double-bladed lightsaber around, and yeah, there's like halves of stormtroopers that go flying through the air, and more Wilhelm screams. Hi, kiddo. My cat wants attention. With the blades, the lightsaber blades swinging right now, the sort of yellow, orange, and little hint of red are sort of blending together to like this light red color, which makes it look rather ominous as she's just mowing through these stormtroopers. And then they're gonna fight back. They're gonna start shooting at you again. And so for Anaka, that's gonna be a 31.
To reflex, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a 26.
Alright, so that's grabbing these Spellbinder Fey Queen dice.
Oh, so you have to
Roll.
use the good dice to kick my ass, is what you're saying.
I've been using the good dice for all the bad guys.
Yeah, she used them to kick my ass earlier.
Okay, so that's 8, 9.
Eric's almost died because of those
15.
dice.
22 plus 6. So that's 28 damage.
Okay. I'm still good. That's no problem.
All right, and then shooting at Kieran, and that is going to just barely miss. All right, so Anaka, your turn again. The stormtroopers are starting to thin out a little bit. There's still a lot of them, but the light at the end of the tunnel is there. To use a metaphor.
All right. So I take it that Anaka has to move up a little bit to kind of put herself in the thick of the rest of them.
Yeah, definitely have to move forward, but it's well within like your normal movement range for a turn.
All right. So I am going to move to the optimal position, and then I'm going to use my Wicked Strike. So it's the combination of the rapid and improved rapid strike. But when I damage a target with a single non-area attack using rapid strike, then I can also immediately make a second attack at a -2 penalty. So I get 2 strikes on one and 2 strikes on another.
Okay.
Within my reach. And then that second attack does half damage.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, I did have a question for that. Because the prerequisite for Wicked Strike says the Rapid Strike. So do I automatically take on the improved Rapid Strike with that? Because that one also has the 2 dice of damage. So would those compound to be a -7 penalty? Or would it just be the Rapid Strike, do you figure?
Depends on if you're using both at the same time, I think.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head.
I mean, even with the penalty, I can still technically use my force points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In that case, then yeah, I will use the improved Rapid Strike paired with my Wicked Strike. So I'll take the -7 penalty for 2 dice of damage.
Okay. You also still have one advantage left as well.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be a d20 plus. I initially had 13 minus 7 is 6, so plus 6. That's a 12. So I'm going to use some. I mean, yeah, I'll use the advantage then instead.
I would use the advantage.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's going to be a lot of d6s.
Probably. 1d20 plus 6. Oh, it doesn't really matter.
Do you want to try adding, you'll need a couple force points probably.
Yeah, I have 10 of them. They're full up anyway.
Okay.
So let's see.
You have ways of getting those back too, don't you?
I don't think I took. No, it was the Force Boon, I think. And there's a technique for my prestige class, but I haven't taken it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's a 19.
Here's the usefulness of that. We can see. You'll need one more.
A 24.
All right, that's pretty much good enough. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. So the damage on that would be plus 2 dice. So instead of 2d8 plus 2, it'd be 4d8 plus 2. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So 4d8 plus 2. So that's 22 on the first.
Okay.
Hold on right now. I think I goofed. It's a -2 penalty on the second attack. So it wouldn't be on the first. Either way, it doesn't really matter.
That's good.
So I just
either way.
have to roll a second time. That's all. So it's 22 on the first group.
Okay.
And then yes, no, I was overthinking. Of course, it's an 11. I'm just going to take the loss on that one. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
You're still able to slice through a lot of them, and kind of start mowing your way towards. You can see now that there is a. What's the word I'm looking for? Turbo lift. At the end of this room that you can get to that should take you to the bridge. And yeah, there's just a few more stormtroopers between you and it. Kieran's gonna take her attack. Which is pretty good. I'm gonna spend one of her force points. There they are. And yeah, that'll make it work. So yeah, does the same thing. Just keeps that blade spinning. The double-bladed lightsaber with the yellow core orange as it starts going to the edges, and then that little thin line of crimson around the very edge of the blade on both of them. Actually, as she starts getting closer to the end, probably unhooks the two sides and starts going double-bladed with one blade facing down in her left hand and one blade facing up in her right hand, and just starts very like Ahsoka style of combat with the two lightsabers. Just starts deflecting bolts and taking more stormtroopers out. The stormtroopers are going to get one last attack before they're pretty much done. So the one against Anaka is going to be so it's that plus that 24.
Nope, doesn't hit.
Okay. And then against Kieran was worse, so that's not going to hit either. So they try their best, and it fails, and you're able to pretty much just take out the rest. Any special finishing moves that you want to throw in there before we end that particular scene?
No, I mean, for Naka, just a lot of like very fluid blade spinning. I think that's probably just her extra little bit of fun, is making all these, intricate spins and twirls and stuff. She's a bit extra.
Okay. Well then, you are able to clear out the room with Kieran. Anything that you say to Kieran before you head to the turbo lift?
Anaka is going to take a minute to count how many bodies are dropped on each side to see if she can get a relative count of her versus Kieran.
Oh my god. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna roll 2d20.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Anaka's the larger of the 2d20 that I'm holding, because they're different sizes. And
Come on,
see which
come on,
one's
big
higher.
dice. Come on, big dice. Give me the good size bonus.
Kieran's got like 4 more bodies than you. Oh no, I'm sorry. I read those backwards. You've got 4 more bodies than Kieran.
Anaka doesn't say anything, but mentally you can kind of see her keeping that tally. In case next time they run into another situation, she can continue to keep count. She just gives Kieran like a little nod.
Yeah, Kieran just gives you like a small grin. Like, not like a bloodthirsty smile or anything like that, but you can tell like she's enjoying herself, enjoying the fighting and whatnot. Clearly, despite her demeanor before, like she enjoys a fight. And here's where the challenge is going to come in. Thank you again, admin, for throwing that in here.
Yeah, thanks, admin.
As you go to reach the turbo lift, the doors open up. It seems like somebody was on their way here as you approach it, and there are two. Actually, wait, no. Let's let the dice decide how many there are. Yeah, 3. There are 3 Phase 3 Dark Troopers that step out with a very menacing look, and they're all black shiny armor with the red droid eyes. But you've got a second that you can attack them before they really start launching off any kind of attacks. Would you like to do so? An attack of opportunity, if you will.
Hell yeah.
All right. Go ahead and describe what you would like to do, and then make your attack roll.
I think Anaka is not going to go for anything too fancy. She recognizes when and when not to push her luck too far. And considering this is not a group of dumb idiot stormtroopers, and it is in fact 3 large boys, she's not gonna do anything too stupid. So she's going to look to Kieran very quickly, and under her breath, with a smile, say round 2. And then she's just going to make a lightsaber attack. We're just going to improved rapid strike it.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, so it'd be +8.
Kieran gives you a
that's
smile and a nod back, by the way. Oh,
Okay, so that's a nat 20.
I feel so bad for this. Oh, I hate that it was a nat 20. So here's the challenge, Matt. You're going to figure this out immediately. As you go to swing your lightsaber at it, your lightsaber, as soon as it comes into contact with the armor on this thing, shorts out. And the blade just disappears.
I'm so sorry for what your life just became.
I hate it here so much.
I will say, since you got a
Order.
nat 20, there is a little chunk of that armor that's burned off. You did a couple points of damage with it because you got a nat 20, but your lightsaber shorts out for a minute. You can turn it back on. It didn't damage the lightsaber really, but the blade was ineffective.
She briefly, under her breath, mutters a quick, "Oh, fuck." And backs up off of it.
Kieran similarly swears in Huttese, a string of words that you probably don't know, but you can tell are bad. And she looks at you and goes, "They have cortosis weave armor. We're screwed." And I think we can pause on our force-wielding friends there and hop back up to the bridge where our Mandos are approaching, I'm assuming, the windows, as Gracchus and Ilsa are approaching via turbolifts.
I feel like once we got close, Jai's probably going to be like, all right, team, check in. How we doing? Where's everybody at? Did we win the race?
Does Gracchus even have a communicator?
We gave you one, but it's up to you whether or not you actually did anything with it.
Did you?
I'm sure Jai like handed you one. It's just like in the ear.
I really don't remember this. Sure, I probably stuffed it in like a pocket.
Perfect.
What is this? Hello?
Gracchus, where are you?
Gracchus is almost rich.
Oh, good. We're there too. We're nearly there too. Ilsa, how you doing?
Going to the bridge.
Cool.
And then she just like hangs it up and just keeps going.
Good. Everything seems to be going great. Saber crew, how y'all doing?
You can definitely respond about the cortosis at this point.
Adaka just says back, like, kind of dealing with some shit here.
Oh, do you need some Mando help? Because we can come right down.
Do you want me to kill them for you?
Well,
Kieran responds, but I want to let Anaka respond first.
I was gonna say Naka looks at Kieran while she's answering, kind of questioningly, and she's like, we got it? We got it?
Kieran just pulls out her communicators like, Jai, do you know what cortosis is?
No.
You can make I feel like Jai might.
Sure. What am I rolling?
Knowledge technology.
Oh.
Because Jai builds things so much, I feel like Jai might possibly know this.
Okay. No, I got an 11.
Okay.
No, what's that? Is that Jedi stuff?
It's something that shorts out lightsabers.
Ooh, can you give me some of that?
There's 3 big droids here that have it built into their armor plating, and we can't hit them with our lightsabers. Yes, we need help.
Oh, cool. Do you want...
Naka immediately looks grumpy at that.
How angry does Anaka... No, Jai, like, over the radio to Kieran, just goes, how angry does Anaka look?
Varys is just standing here for this conversation, just not looking away from Jai. Like, they are shaking their head in consideration.
You know that time that someone ate Anaka's piece of cake out of the fridge?
Yeah. Okay.
It's
so
about 75% of that.
Okay, cool. I'm not coming down then. And Jai just like points at like 3 of the Mandos and goes, like, basically the rest of them that aren't Zale and Merrick's and him and Locke, and says, can y'all go save a bunch of Jedi? They can't handle just a couple jump droids with fancy armor or something. He does not say this over the open comm.
Okay.
This is over the helmet comms because Jai wants to live through the day.
You were about to get your ass kicked if Anaka heard that, so that's good.
Yeah,
Glad you made that distinction.
No. We have an armor bond.
Yeah, Jai's not that stupid.
I need a persuasion roll from Jai to convince 3 Mandos to go save what they basically view as 2 Jedi.
When neither one of them are Jedi.
I know.
Nerix is not helping with this.
I feel like I should have some options here.
Maybe for Kieran.
I'm open to suggestions of how.
I have a heap of credits. Like, I have a lot of credits.
How many credits are you willing to spend to save your best friend?
How many, excluding Zale, Merrick's and Locke, how many of them are there?
There's, I think, 3 currently with you, because the other one is down and 1 took the prisoner back to the ship. So yeah, there's 3.
Okay. 5,000 credits to each of you 3 to go save these 2. They're on my crew.
They reluctantly go to the turbo lift to go help.
Neat. And then Jai gets back in the couch and goes, all right, Kieran, you got some help coming your way. Hey, Anaka, you're doing real great, friend. We're going to take the bridge now.
You don't get any response from Anaka, but you feel the condescension at your comment just seep through the comms.
Yeah, Jai like just kills the comm link again. It's like over the helmet link to Merrick's and Zalix is like, yeah, I'm going to pay for that. All right, so is it more dramatic if we let an insane Ewok and a person who's very angry today storm into the bridge while we just wait outside for a dramatically appropriate moment to like knock on the
Yes.
windows and discourage anyone
Yes.
from doing anything stupid?
Yeah. That's what we do. We wait.
Seems like a plan. Let's get in position by some windows and wait and see what happens.
We gotta throw the wild cards in, and then we'll come in as the normies.
Hey.
It's great.
Yep.
Zale, actually, you get a response from Zale on this. You know, normally I'd be all for just busting through the window and banging heads together, but I like this plan.
It's gonna
I'll
be
sit
really
this one out
funny
for now.
Yeah, it's gonna be really funny.
Can Ilsa like stealth so that you can't see her anymore?
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
I know I have to roll it, or do I have to roll it?
Yes, it'd be stealth to sneak in, basically. And Gracchus, you
There are
can
lights.
feel free to do things right now too.
Over helmet comes. Merrick
lights on
also
this.
says, but just privately to Jai, you're doing really good at this leaning thing. Nice plan,
Jai glares through the helmet.
Captain.
What was that part?
There are lights in the elevator, right? Oh, turbo lift, sorry. Turbo lift.
Elevator, turbo lift. And yes, Ilsa is very sneaky.
I wanna kill those. I wanna kill those lights.
Just do like a use the force check. You don't have to use a force power or anything.
Sure.
And while he rolls that, Ilsa has stealth, so she can go on her way without. She's not ignoring everyone else. She's just focused.
Okay.
Gold ribbon.
Yeah, great, because you're able to like do a tiny force lightning little zap and short out the lights in the elevator turbo lift.
Good. All right. Then I'm going to put. Greg is going to put his hood up. The giggling will commence.
Love that. And then, real quick, jumping back to Anaka, Hadzuska in your head is just complaining that that these droids have Cortosis weave armor, and how that's cheating, and how you should fry them until like the metal that makes up their components melts. He's pouring seething rage energy into you, essentially.
She does not disagree. She also thinks that melting them to oblivion would be a good idea.
He's big mad.
I love how Sith is complaining about cheating.
Oh yeah, but see, this was like a noble blood aristocracy Sith, so very whiny about stuff like that. And yes, a stealth roll for Gracchus would probably be good as well, with advantage since you've taken out the lights. And then we'll let Gracchus and Ilsa come in at the same time.
Of course.
Web captioner is struggling today. Zuska would not be good for Ilsa. That's very true. And then you just make sure you heard need a stealth roll for Gracchus.
Oh yes, right. Forgot. Come on.
Yeah, you're pretty well hidden. I mean, you can roll twice if you want to see if you get better, but 26 is pretty well hidden. And we've got both of you stealthed up and coming out of separate turbo lifts and onto the bridge. The layout is your standard Star Destroyer bridge sort of layout. So there is like there's like a catwalk sort of that goes down the middle of it, and a walkway on both sides with lots of windows, and then there's like a little pit, on either side of the catwalk, with a bunch of consoles and officers in there monitoring things. And there's a lot of lieutenants down in the pits, and there is a captain pacing back and forth on the catwalk. They do see the turbolifts come up and the doors open, but they do not see either of you in them.
Many sacrifices.
Oh my god. They chalk it up to a glitch in the system since they're doing renovations. So, the two of you've got free reign. What do you want to do?
This is so fun. Okay. Ooh, what do we got here on the bridge?
Is there a way Elsa could go on the catwalk and like kind of leap down by the captain?
Yeah. The captain is on the catwalk.
Okay.
But you can probably sneak up to like the very start of the catwalk. If you go out any further, it's kind of hard for people not to see you. Right.
So
there.
nobody can really see where the captain is because he's on the catwalk.
They can look up and see him essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like maybe 5 feet above everybody else, like above the floor, where everybody else is standing. So it's not that high. It's just high enough that they have to look up to their superior officer, literally.
Okay. Yeah, she's going to try to. I know I'll probably have to do stealth again, but just so she's like right beside him.
Yeah, you can get there to him without being seen, but as soon as you get there, like, people are going to notice you. Just because of the nature of it's way out in the open where people can't not see you.
Okay, I'm trying to just get into range where he can see me, but so either way,
what are you wanting to do next? And I could probably give you a suggestion on how you could get to that point.
Like get him with the lightsaber.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as you ignite the lightsaber, everybody's going to see you. So that's your best bet is just to sneaky run up to him on the catwalk and then ignite your lightsaber, and stealth is out at that point.
Okay. And a blaster could be heard, right?
Oh yeah, a blaster would definitely be heard.
I was just there's no silent way to do this.
Not really, unless you want to like, I don't know, try to snap his neck or something, or force choke him. But I don't think you have force choke yet.
No, I don't have force.
Yeah, there's not a lot of silent options with the gear that you have on you.
Can I mind trick him?
Yeah, you could mind trick him into doing something that would not that's not directly harmful to him, or into leaving or coming into the turbo lift even.
Yeah, I want to mind trick him into shoot, there's no, I was going to say locking the door.
Yeah, you can do that too.
But I want the reinforcements to be able to get in.
Sorry, say the last part one more time.
I want the reinforcements to be able to get in.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll make our own hole if we need to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they're coming in through the windows.
Okay, so yeah, I want to mind trick him and just be like, you'll want to lock the door, prepare to die or something, or not die, but and have a seat, like that.
Okay, go ahead and roll your use the force, or however that power works. I don't have it in front of me. Also, Matt posted a picture in Discord of what the bridge looks like.
Thank you, Matt.
The walk is a little bit taller than I thought it was.
Okay, so use the force. Please be a good roll so I don't have to use my crit. Please, dice. I'll buy you ice cream. Actually, can I add a force point to that? Will that help?
Absolutely, yeah. I think you've got to beat his will defense, if I remember right. Which he's not that great on will defense.
Got a 1 for the point.
Let me look up what his will defense is for that. Yeah, it's just barely enough.
Okay, well, I haven't done this before, so it's a first time thing.
Yeah, just barely enough. It's good. And what exactly did you want him to do? So he basically seals off the bridge so nobody else can come up.
Lock the door and have a seat.
Where would you like him to have a seat?
Does Ilsa know they're probably coming in through the window?
I think that's been communicated, yeah.
Okay, by the window.
By the way, okay, yeah. He takes, just sort of sits cross-legged on the catwalk right next to the window and just stares out. Doesn't really understand what's going on, but starts having an existential crisis, staring out into the void of space, and starts questioning his life decisions, what he's doing here, how he ended up on this, decades-old Star Destroyer and near this, ruined planet, and he's deeply having deep introspection on his life choices at the moment.
They should have made better choices. That's not our fault.
Gracchus. Well. What do you do?
Okay. Give this some thought. And I guess Force Lightning will come in handy once again.
You can't go wrong with Force Lightning, really.
So Grix is going to sneak his way out and kind of looking around the bridge, see these monitors, and hopefully people sat in front of them.
Oh yeah, there's probably half a dozen officers in here.
That's pretty funny. And then Force Lightning into basically just the whole section of monitors to overload them, make them explode.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll, or however it is that Force Lightning works. I can't remember if it was an attack roll or just use the Force.
What did I close my sheet? It's use the Force, but I made an attack roll because it also does damage.
Oh, perfect.
Come on, roll. Just be with me.
Hey, the Force
21.
is with you. That's good enough. They are stationary objects, so not hard to hit. And 26 is a lot of damage. Yeah, you overload all of the consoles in the pit, and I don't think it probably doesn't kill any of the officers, but they need medical attention. There's like shrapnel from the consoles exploding and electrocution wounds, and they're down for the count for right now.
Gracchus thinks this means war.
That is enough to break our captain out of his existential crisis. He does whip around, or tries to whip around, forgetting that he's sitting cross-legged, and kind of scrambles and falls over himself for a second. So kind of almost on like all fours by the time he's able to turn around and look up to see, now at basically eye level, either the form of Gracchus if you've moved out of the turbo lift, or if you're still in there, probably just the two eyes.
Oh yeah, I let him see just the two eyes in the turbo lift, and then Gracchus will.
He's pretty freaked out. He's backed up against the window now. He's just sort of like scrambled backwards away from you towards the window.
Rakus only has one question. Do I look familiar to you?
This poor captain just slowly shakes his head like, I don't think I've ever seen you before.
So hard to remember Master and who Master knows.
Who's Master?
You see, that's the thing. Grakus has such a hard time remembering Master. It's been so long.
I'm sure I could assist you in your search. We could look up. Well, the computers have all been destroyed. I'm sure there's a working computer on some other part of the ship that I could take you to look through the Imperial database. We can find who that is.
Slide his ass off.
What was that?
Slide his ass off. Break is that head tilt like, oh, that's a possibility. It's also a possibility that you are no use to Grakus.
Yeah, he just sort of sputters and tries to come up with a response, but is struggling to do so. He's very firmly pressed against this window. By the way, Jai and Merrick's.
Everything seems to be going great so far. Just waiting for shit to hit fans.
I mean,
I have a
it's
question.
Why
tempting.
Grakus looks like this.
I have a question. When they walk in, can Ilsa be about to like execute one of the ones that was unconscious from the computer monitors exploding?
Sure, if you'd like
And
to.
then, like, they come in, they interrupt her again, so she doesn't do it.
Amazing. Grakus is just going to approach this captain.
He's literally shaking with fear.
Grakus feels like you've seen these eyes before. You know what they mean.
I have seen similar eyes once before, yes. They were terrifying.
It's much easier. In the back, Grakus is wondering where everyone is. Wildcard thing's kind of worked out.
Yeah, Jai at some point probably just like peeks over and looks through the window. It's just like, they seem like they got it well in hand. I mean, space is nice.
If they wanted us in there, they'd say so. Or they'd do
They'd
something.
start blowing some stuff up. I don't know.
They'd say so.
Okay,
Give us an
I'll just have-
entrance, Jesus. Well, not Jesus, but you know.
Space Jesus.
Space.
Anakin?
Oh god, you're right.
Not from Eric.
Oh god.
Ilsa can drop her lightsaber and look at Jai like she needs help.
Oh, okay.
Like-
We're
like
panicking.
that,
apparently. They're just both quietly panicking. All right.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Grakus is just confused as to what's taking so long.
Hey, Zale,
Why are we here
Yeah.
to kill people?
have you ever wanted to fly back about a dozen feet or so, hit your jets as fast as you can, and see if you can go through a Star Destroyer window?
Hmm. And he recounts a time that he's actually done this.
Perfect.
Not on purpose, and not through a Star Destroyer window, but because he was he was hanging on to the back of a starfighter and lost his grip and then landed through the cockpit of the fighter behind him. or went through the cockpit of the fighter behind him. So he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do that.
My big brother's amazing. I love it. Let's. All right. So here's the plan. Merrick's, you and I are gonna flank this window. When Zale goes through, we jump in before the shields drop, and we keep Grakus from flying into space. Everyone else can suck it. Well, also
Sounds like a
Ilsa, but
great
she's
plan.
way over there.
Great plan, Captain.
If you keep calling me captain, you're gonna have to steal me a real big boat that's not this one. Bevan already has dibs.
Let's go.
Heck yeah. Hey team, we're coming in hot.
All right. Zale does his thing and like shoots a couple of bolts out of his gauntlet before he gets to the window, so it cracks it a little bit. And then just helmet first, just smashes through the window. Probably hits the captain on his way in, knocking him over and probably knocking him out. And then it doesn't really stop until he hits the back wall. However, hull breach on a pressurized cabin in space. Air and lots of things and glass start pouring out of that hole. The whole pane really just shatters out. I need acrobatics rolls from Merrick's and Jai to grab Grakus and Ilsa.
So you said acrobatics?
From us.
Yeah, from Jai and Merrick's.
Okay.
Do I need to add anything to that? The 21?
No, that's enough to catch Ilsa, and then Jai. It's almost enough to catch Grakus, who's right at the window.
How
There
about
you
that? There you go.
Merrick's does not do so gently, but doesn't do it to hurt Ilsa. Just isn't particularly considerate about it.
It seems understandable considering the situation.
Yep.
Unfortunately for everyone else on the bridge, they get sucked out into space. Along with all the debris from the console. So, self-cleaning bridge. There you go. And I assume you go for the turbolifts?
Yep, just straight through. We grab our crew and we head out and
Okay.
down.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be securing the bridge, right? Like, we're here.
Slight problem. If you try to go down, the bridge is sealed off from the rest of the ship right now.
But we're here. We're good. We've got friends going to back up our saber
How
buds.
can we open the doors?
Like,
are they locked or are they just closed?
well, the turbolift doors are fine. They just won't go down without the captain's command code.
Is he still alive or is he done?
He's floating
Right, but
in
we just need to
space.
get them into the turbo so they can breathe. Because neither one of them is wearing a helmet.
Well,
Right, so you're able to.
Ilsa's
you're
not
safe for the
wearing her
moment.
armor.
no,
she's
but
not.
there shouldn't there be a safety thing that drops down that like seals it off, like happened in episode 3?
On the bridge. I'm not aware of one. It's been a long time since I've seen 3, but I imagine something like that would need to be activated, and all of the consoles on the bridge were fried.
Can I use one of my destiny points? And is there any way Ilsa could like make it open with messing with the console thing?
Bless you.
Like hack it, force hack.
Like
Force
hack.
It's not how the force works.
Technically, that's
But-
what
but-
Grakus did with the lightning.
That's
No,
true. He did
I
it a little.
Blew it up.
Okay, wait.
Attacking.
So
This isn't Mass Effect, is it?
If the window's still open and the command codes went flying out with the captain, get the captain and the command codes. He just right there.
You can do that. He's floating out in space. But to answer your question, Ilsa, I have a suggestion for you.
Okay.
So, since I didn't know that they have those handy dandy little shield things that drop down, you could probably reach out to that through the Force and just literally and metaphorically force it down into place.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Like I'm probably holding my breath because I can't breathe.
You're okay in the turbo lift. The turbo lift
Okay.
door is closed, so you're safe. It's just you're like sort of stuck there at the moment. So yeah, go ahead and roll use the Force and see if you get high enough, and if not, then yeah, you'll have to use a destiny point. Or Grakus could try if you want.
Can we just say that Grakus is eerily calm throughout this whole thing and looks like he can hold his breath for an alarming amount of time?
I love that.
I 100% believe that.
22. Ilsa is
Everything you
frail.
say terrifies me about this Ewok.
Ilsa is frail, but she is Ilsa, so she got a 22.
Okay. You can feel it through the Force. It's there, but
Can I use a
It's
force
not-
point?
not quite moving. You're gonna need a few of them,
Oh,
probably.
okay. So destiny point time.
Probably. I
Or
would use a
Grakus?
destiny point or
Okay.
or the crit or let Grakus try. If anyone wants to explain to Grakus what's happening.
Great, because we need to lower the backup for that window that we broke through valiantly. Something you can do?
She can lower the thing I'm explaining.
Mhm.
I can't quite do it. I think I've used my force too much today.
Grakus is just silently holding his breath, but reaches a hand up to attempt it. Sure. Never mind. What was I expecting with my rolls, to be honest with you?
Oof. All right.
Okay, if Grakus
so...
doesn't use a destiny point, can I do it still, or no? Is it too late?
No, you can always use a destiny point to do it.
You still have your crit too.
Yeah, or the crit, either one.
How many?
Now I'm gonna hoard my crit. I'll use another destiny point
All right.
just because
yeah.
Destiny points am I supposed
fun.
to have?
It's a destiny point kind of day.
For Grakus, I don't think you've used any yet, so it should be whatever your character level is. Should be how many destiny points you have. Yeah, Ilsa, you can go ahead and use one, and then you try again, and this time it works, and you're able to pull it down, and it seals off that window, and after a short amount of time, the bridge repressurizes as air keeps pumping into the room, and it's safe to open the doors.
Fist bump for Zale.
Yeah. There is still a slight problem of that no one can get to or go from the bridge, and our two lightsaber wielding friends lower in the ship are dealing with 3 Cortosis weave armored dark troopers, though they do have Mandos on the way to come help them. But I think as we're now in this interesting little pickle, that's a good spot to end the session. So we'll
All right.
find out the conclusion to this next week.
Tune in for the shocking conclusion.
Yes. So yeah, we're gonna go on a raid here in a little bit. Before we do, though, I want to let everybody say what their favorite part was, where we can find them next, and anything they'd like to share or plug. And then if anybody has a suggestion for a raid cry, feel free to throw that into chat. And we'll go reverse order from how we started. So, Par, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? And anything you want to share or plug?
Yeah. I think this whole thing was just my favorite part. This whole episode is literally the scene in the movie where, the big fight happens. Each of the characters gets highlighted and spotlighted. So I think it's just the whole thing. Seeing everybody do what they do. You can find me next week, optimistically. Same time slot, same show, same cast, same adventure. And you can find me on Twitter at ParProfessional if you want to follow anything I guess professional. And you can follow just personally on Twitter at Mr. Par4E, and you can find me on Twitch at Mr. Par, and that's about it for me.
Awesome. And then Hope, same questions.
Wow, favorite parts. I liked Ilsa's near miss moral dilemmas. That I thought was really fun. A little bit of teamwork between Merrick's and Jai. Yeah, like Merrick's isn't like enthusiastic about all of this, but they're pretty easygoing. I think that's going to be a surprise. And just the teamwork between Anaka and Kieran was endearing. Like that friendly rivalry that goes on when you actually get to do something exciting together, rather than just like moping around the ship on different levels, you know. Yeah. And then Greycast is just a freaking delight. Oh my god, like everything Greycast does is like, oh my god, what?
I love Greycast so much.
Additionally, I really like that there are a bunch of other Mandos around for Merrick's to get to blend in with for a minute, just sort of like they get to stay on the outside of the crew for a little while to adjust. So it's always like, well, I mean, you're doing that, but I got my friends over here too. It's fine. I like easing a character in rather than just kind of dumping them in people's laps. I'm looking forward to the crew finding out what's behind Merrick's cryptic responses. It's going to be fun. You can find me at HopeTracy71 on Twitter, and on Mondays on Milady Saito's channel for I forget the name of it, but the next 3 weeks are going to be an underwater adventure. Instead of my usual Why Not Wild Magic Sorcerer, we'll be playing kind of shady warlock. And then on Saturdays here for Necrobiotic in the afternoon, which it's also a good time, but in a different way.
Very different game. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, though.
Yeah, me too. We're in trouble. A lot of it.
A little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, awesome. All right, Matt, favorite part, where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
That incredibly stupid thing I did where I ripped a gauntlet off a rocket trooper and then launched him and his buddy into space with a thermal detonator and somehow didn't die in the process. That was my favorite bit. Holy crap. That shouldn't have worked. I love being able to pull off the stupid moments like that. But this whole episode was great. Oh my goodness. Toe to tip. This was so much fun. You can find me over on my Twitch channel, Fifth Draw Live, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. We're currently playing through Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Switch, which has been a nostalgic blast. And me and two buddies of mine have a podcast called Hard Reboot, where we take a public domain property and give it a fresh coat of paint. Our latest episode was one about the Three Musketeers, and it was really fun. We based it on F-Zero.
That's amazing.
Just do what you will with that. Also, keep an eye out. I'm making lightsabers now. And they may or may not be going on sale soon. So, yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Nikki, same questions.
I like the Anaka and Kieran just kind of having their friendly competition. Just fun, like, just they're not besties, but they're still having fun together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect the shopping montage with the two of them.
You never know.
But
Maybe someday.
Interesting. Yeah. And I really like getting to kind of have Ilsa get really angry and do stuff that she's wanted to do. And I look forward to, well, I'm not good at playing dark characters, so I'm looking forward to not having her be as dark of a character anymore. It's going to be a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun, and everybody just did really great. I am here tomorrow for the game I'm running, so please watch it, and if you can, enjoy it. I have no words today. And Saturday I am on Polished Cryptid's channel, and Sunday I think I'm on a chat trick, and then I have like a bunch of days with nothing until today, Thursday. And follow me on Twitter at Nicole.
Awesome. And then last but not least, V, same questions.
Oh yeah, favorite part, easily Anaka and Kieran getting to cinematically take out all those troopers. That was so fun. And yeah, Anaka will be continuing to take tally should they run into large groups again. So don't worry, I've written it down. Yeah, she's definitely going to keep mindful of that. Like everybody said before, Gracchus is always really funny to watch. You literally never know what's going to come out of him. So it's always interesting. And just the session overall was really great. I super enjoyed it today. But as for me, you can find me on Saturday for Animus Absentis. That's, I should know the time difference by now, 6 Mountain Time, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 9:30 for me, that's all I know. Yeah, but 6 p.m. Mountain Time, where we are a crew in space on a ship trying to not get ourselves killed. That's the long and the short of it. But yeah, and then next week I'll be back
Spread
again
socialism
for...
as we go.
Yes, obviously. That's, you know, the main tenet here is we have to spread our socialism wherever we go. And then next week I'll be back on Wednesday for more XVIII. But you can also find my work online if you would like to see any of my art. I do have an art Twitter, which is at Pepero Draws, and that's Pepero like the candy. Usually post like original characters, sometimes some anime stuff too, if you're interested in that. So definitely take a look, and yeah, you can catch me on Saturday.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely waiting for the moment where Kieran ends up taking down like an ATST or even an ATAT, like the big 4-legged walkers, and then Anaka just looks at it and goes, "That still only counts as one."
Oh, absolutely. It's only one machine, and I stand by Anaka on that one.
And Kieran just looking like, "What are you talking about?" But yeah, favorite parts. I also enjoyed the like glances and smirks between Anaka and Kieran during the fight. Anaka just sort of getting to let loose, and then Kieran like letting herself just enjoy the fight, and not have like the Jedi hang-ups on fighting things that are trying to kill you. And all of Jai's silliness, and spending all of those force points and destiny points. Oh, but it was really cool. Literally everything Gracchus was my favorite part also. All of that was amazing. And yeah, watching Ilsa teeter back and forth between, you know, going a little bit dark side or, you know, not. That was really fun. And Merrick's with the hand-to-hand stuff, like the way that Merrick's was fighting was really cool to watch. And I also enjoyed the captain little comments at Jai from Merrick's. That was fun. And yeah, the whole thing was just a blast to watch. I loved watching how you all approached problems and solved them in varying degrees of violence. And yeah,
I mean,
I had a lot of fun.
It solves problems for a long time.
Yeah, that is true. Where you can find me next, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Mountain Time, I'll be back here for Neon Devils 2, where I play Tilda, aka Promethea, who just had the love of her life walk in the door after they just completed a mission, and now has to wait until that they're done with this very important meeting to go talk to the person who, for them, they just saw a couple months ago, and for the person that walked in the room, they haven't seen Tilda in like 40 or 80 years. I can't remember which one it was. A long time, because time magic and stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, Welcome to Madison is tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. We're all sorts of confused about what's going on in this weird town that we're in, and how we're gonna fix it. It's so good. Definitely should watch that. And then yeah, Saturday we've got Necrobiotic, or It Snowed in April, and Animus as well. Other stuff to share or plug is just sponsors, which I'm going to throw into chat here. Fundamental RPG, which is a quick and easy system to pick up and learn. D20 system. It looks like this. You can run anything from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between on it. And you can pick up your copy at Amazon if you want the physical book, or if you like the digital version better, you can get that at coffee.com/raven, like it says at the bottom of the screen. And then if you just want to go straight to the shop where it is, you can add /shop to the end of that. And then also at that same website, you can find Intrepid products, which is adventuring gear for real life, apparel, drinkware, and accessories with a tabletop theme. Very, very cool stuff. And then finally, Die Hard Dice. I've been using the Spellbinder Fey Queen set that they sent me for all the bad guy rolls tonight. They look like this. They're gorgeous. They're my favorite set of dice, and that's saying something considering how many I have. And you can pick up your own set at dieharddice.com. If you use the code BlackFeatherJune, all one word, capital B, capital J, you can get 10% off of your entire order. And then finally, if you want to catch up on this show or others that we have on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network. And with that, we're going to go on a raid. We're going to go raid Saito, who's just freaking awesome. Give her a follow if you're not doing so already. And then we've got two options for raid cries in chat. There's the I can't remember who master is, or also thermal detonator. That's rough, buddy. Feel free to copy either of those out of chat and throw those out as we go in for the raid. And then I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.